get radical with 30 seconds. Come on, dance to the devil's head. Come on, come on. Come on. Y'all ain't radical enough over here. Balcony, I can't feel ya. Move your feet, everybody, let's go. I see you back there, balcony, y'all gotta come on. Hey, come on. So long, bye-bye. So long, bye-bye. Come on, y'all, help me say it. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. So long, so long. Y'all catch it, everybody. Come on, say it. So long, bye-bye. Everybody in the building, raise it up, say it. So long, bye-bye. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. Let's go. So long, bye-bye. One more time, everybody in the building, say so long. So long, bye-bye. Hey, come on. So long, bye-bye. Goodbye to my pain. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. So long, bye-bye. Just one more time in the balcony, everybody say it. Say so long, bye-bye. So long, bye-bye. So long, bye-bye. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. So long, bye-bye. Let's go. So long, hey, so long, yeah, so long, hey, so long, yeah, so long, yeah, so long, say it, so long, yeah, so long. Goodbye to my sorrow, hey, goodbye to my pain, y'all. Goodbye to my trouble, goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye, dear, you ain't welcome here. Goodbye, dear, you ain't welcome here. Hey, so long, yeah, so long, yeah, so long, hey, so long. Come on, say it, so long. I can hear you say, I can hear you say, I can hear you say. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. Goodbye, y'all. Everybody raise it up. You are the God of miracles, say it. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of powerful. You are the God of power. I believe, say it. I believe. Say it, say I believe. I believe, say it. Say it, y'all. So long, hey, so long, yeah, so long. Goodbye to my trouble, goodbye to my pain, y'all. Somebody wave me bye-bye, somebody wave me bye-bye. You ain't welcome here, you ain't welcome here. Goodbye to my trouble, goodbye to my pain, y'all. I can't hear you up there. Somebody raise it up, say. Somebody raise it up, say. You are the God of miracles, hey. You are the God of miracles. Ah, you are the God of wonders. You are the God of wonders. Thank you, we cast our care upon you, for you care for us. That's what we can say. I believe. I believe, say it. I believe.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check, yes, time check. It's 19 minutes past the hour. It's 19 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And you're locked on to the Ground Report. You're shooting the Pitbull of radio in studio. I must say a pleasant good morning for those of you that look on to us on social media. All of you, Jody June, all of you, Ruby, Rambo, good morning, Nadira, Afiza D. Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you, Samantha, Molly, a pleasant good morning to you, Anne-Marie Amin, good morning to you, Davey, Do That Mohan, a pleasant good morning to you, Radhika, good morning, Primraj, good morning to you, Joyce,
Into the darkness you shine.
Hey Balaraj, a pleasant good morning to you,
The ashes we rise.
Trini Nairo, good morning, Davey, C. Pasada, good morning to you.
None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is here.
Angela, good morning to you. Paul Danielson, good morning. Afrina, mom, and a pleasant good morning to you, Freddie Brown. Virginia Mirage, good morning. Kamala, good morning to you. Jason Mitchell, good morning. Pringala. Kamati, good morning. Janelle, a pleasant good morning to you.
Out of the ashes we
Hey Diana, legendary, a pleasant good morning to you. Rajan, Rampasad, good morning. Orlando, my brother, a pleasant good morning to you. Stefan, good morning.
Our God is greater, our God is stronger, God you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power, our God.
Sitaram,
Our God is greater, our God is stronger, God you are higher
Betty,
than any
Biswa, pleasant good morning. Lucky Lal, good morning. Roll Prasad, good morning to you. Sensible, good morning. Carmen, good morning to you. Ryan, Ali John, good morning to you. Naz Ali and Mr. Ali, a pleasant good morning to you all. Esther Smith, good morning. Matilda Rhodes, good morning to you, love. Timothy, how are you going, my brother? McLean, eh? Oh boy, Timo.
is with us, and what can stand against? And if
Joyce Ram, good morning.
they who could ever stop
Jawani Jagroup, a pleasant good morning to you.
with us, and what can stand against?
Danny Motilal, good morning.
Stand
Michael Scotland, good morning to you. Jacqueline Sami, good morning to you. Barup, how are you going, my brother? But like you stop come Trinidad, boy. What the hell, boy? We win the election and now when it is, you had us to shake the godi. You, Barup. You're studying what the holy water you had to take before. You want somebody. All they always had to study about holy water, all they had us to take. Before they cross the seas. So when they reach you, they're going to be safe. All they want no jumbie, all they want no blight. All they want to end up in the wrong hands. Or in the wrong place at the wrong time. All kind of holy water talk. Now the government change. What they had to get, boy? What kind of water they need now to come back to Trinidad? Who the hell is this?
and if our God is for us, then
Gemma, Rampasada, pleasant good morning to you. Gloria Escala, pleasant good morning. Donna Alexander, good morning to you. Kishan Ali, my brother, from another mother, pleasant good morning to you. Donna Lewis, good morning. Mr. Pleasant, good morning to Donna Guckins too. Good morning, Jillian John. Denver Mohan, a pleasant good morning to you, Denver. How things? Not forgetting Councillor Mohan. Darren Mohan, Vega de Europe, good morning. Two good ones. Sir Johnny Singh, a pleasant good morning to you. Sakdir Duki, good morning. Tom Ford, good morning to you. Trinidad Revolutionary Soldiers, good morning. Equaf Horrors. Raymond Saunders, good morning to you. Nigel Black, good morning. Angeli Swah, good morning to you. Miss Coover, pleasant good morning to you. How you going, Miss Coover? You ain't easy to know.
There's no one like you. None like you.
Mina Steiner, out there, pleasant good morning to you.
Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no
John, good morning.
like you. None like you.
Lady Sousa, good morning to you.
God is greater.
Nigel Georgia, good morning. Already. Ann Brown, good morning to you.
You are higher than any
man. How you going, my brother? Now seeing him. As long as I see you, or I see your brother, I'll always know that you all brothers lock on. Good people, Trinidad and Tobago. Good people. Mala, good morning to you.
Shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you.
Hey, Dana Lewis, good morning, Paul. Aaron, see Chavana, pleasant good morning to you. Uncle, good morning, Uncle. Zandu, Ruthless. Frank Andy, Babulal, good morning. Sonita Lalu, good morning. Ann Williams, a pleasant good morning to you. Paul, good morning. Yesterday is budget day. Lincoln, Suknanan, and Munsami. Good morning to you. Joel R. Hazel, a pleasant good morning to you. I do that, Mohan. A pleasant good morning, Mohan. All the Mohans, man. Krishna. Yes, Krishna. Ram Sukal. Good morning. Daisy Basdio. A pleasant good morning to you. Miss Wa. Good morning. I tell you morning already, man.
Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. With Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
KFC, where you send a voice note and deleting it for? Eh? I want that what voice note you send and delete KFC. Well, I ain't gonna play nothing me and send you to the at all. A day like today, budget day, where all eyes going to be glued to the Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. A day like today where you was given so much trouble, KFC, waiting, crying, changing your voice from woman to man, back to woman, back to man.
Bang, 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 bang.
And the day reach, and you have no testicular fortitudes to be a man and send a message without deleting it, KFC. When you see that, you was going to send a message that people that get vexed with you. You must go where you was going to be on nonsense. The day have reached and you was coming with something negative. But God touch you, you move smart. You realize, delete them messages there. Don't let the Pitbull play them voice, no day. Don't let the Pitbull play them voice, so because everybody will take a turn in your tail, KFC. Stay calm, be patient. Good thing comes to those who wait.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Hey, you send one message at 6:25. Then you send a next message, voice note, at 6:29. And you delete it. You delete it too.
Oh Lord.
Budget day.
Bang, 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 bang.
Donnie, a pleasant good morning to you. Donnie, my brother. Anderson Wilson on the beat. All of you, a pleasant good morning. Not forgetting Kunji. COP, a pleasant good morning to you. Miss Brooklyn, good morning. Miss Lawrence, I ain't hearing from you. Is everything all right with you? Miss Lorna, good morning to you.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh Lord.
Good morning, Andy, Lennox, and Mickie. What a beautiful morning it is in Orlando. Mickie, Lennox, Andy, after watching that Diwali celebration that the Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister had in Superior, oh, it lighted up my life. It was so heart-touching. I love that. And there was the whole debate, actually not the whole, but 80% of the debate. And I saw a hooligan talking on the debate. The hooligan is from the beaten. You know, there's a saying in life, you could take the man out of the gutter, but you can take the gutter out of the man. And the way the guy talked, he talks just like his uncle. They are from the gutter, and they are from Beaton. And then it is very disrespectful to see a young boy who's trying to make a name for himself in politics talk and act the way he talk and act. The words cannot come out of his mouth because he's foolish. I don't know, they lower the education for him to get past. So, he was forced and, he get help to get in because of the PNM give him a break. Low grade, and he get in and still he didn't learn anything. He get a break and he still didn't learn anything. So tell the man from the meeting when he was calling the radio station and tell about young people need to wash off and old people need to wash. Tell him take some sour coconut water and brush his mouth, brush his teeth, bathe himself with that, just like him. Because the boy really sound like a baboon. He uneducated idiot. He don't understand how the parliament work. The guy don't have a clue. And he go watch other people in front of him and say, but what the hell? You guys are Russia? You guys are North Korea? That's how they argue. But this man making the country look bad, and Penny, I'm so sorry for you, lady. So sorry for Penny, Andy. Andy, I will talk later. My 2.5 minutes is up, and I'll call another day. Okay, Andy? Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Sandy, good morning. I see Mr. Amin went into Westmoreland when they had the tornado in Westmoreland. But I ain't see nobody come yet for the dirty stinking drain pipe. Wait, have here running, everything remain the same. It getting worse. It's a big stink, dirty street. Nobody never come. But they run in Westmoreland. They run right up in Westmoreland. They ain't running C-Trace at all. Yes, Sandy, good morning. I see Mr. Amin went into Westmoreland when they had the tornado in Westmoreland. But I ain't see nobody come yet for the dirty stinking drain pipe. Wait, have here running, everything remain the same. It getting worse. It's a big stink, dirty street. Nobody never come. But they run in Westmoreland. They run right up in Westmoreland. They ain't running C-Trace at all.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Missing businessman found dead. 3 men held as the body of Imtiaz Ali discovered off North Coast Road 37 days after his disappearance. The LSA CEO quits. Pastor Hussein stepped down after 26 years of being the CEO of LSA. Some people say the budget must focus on a physical imbalance. So they say that commemorating the Chinese arrival day. Calls grow for national holiday for the Chinese them. What do you think? Tell me what you think. Well, we could probably say 2 days after wife and son was shot dead by assailants at their St. Madeleine home. 58-year-old Vijay Rampasad continues to cling on to his life at the San Fernando General Hospital. Rampasad underwent surgery after he was shot in the head and remained warded at the intensive care unit. His daughter-in-law, Kimberly, 25 years old, was also shot and is in a stable condition at the same hospital. Both police and relatives believe Randy, 25, which is the son, was the intended target. Yes, that was the intended target. That's their belief, eh? Wow. Further investigations by the police revealed that Randy sold drugs and was recently involved in an argument with people about the sale of drugs in the area. How Friendship Village only having them kind of bacchanal so now. The family was asleep at their Peterloo Street Friendship Village home sometime after 2 a.m. on Friday when gunmen opened the front door and opened fire. Rambawan 46. I want to believe they say 56 at a certain part. They know they say 46. Where is it? Because all right. Let me just see what it's saying. Yes, Rambaran 48 was shot in the head and died on the spot. Her husband grabbed a cutlass and chased one of the bandits, but he too was shot in the head. Their son Randy and his wife Miss Rampasad run inside but were both shot. Randy dead on the road, bleeding and screaming. Miss Rampasad run to a relative home begging for help. After bandits run off, a relative said she hugged her husband body and crying, bawling. You go bawling what? You go bawl, boy. They had been married for about 3 years. Rambaran's her nephew and his wife, who lived downstairs, were not hurt. So you see, sometimes it's a ledger. Sometimes children just bring things to your home. I know people listening these days all here. When they're coming for you, if you're living with families, everybody had to go down, you know. They want no weakness. And then the story now to behind this businessman. Well, let's see what we can talk. Let's see what going on. Mzaz Ali, better known as Clubs. Let's see what going on with here. A Venezuelan woman involved, a Ghanese woman involved. On top of that, the 3 suspects. I think 2 of them living in the man apartments too. Remember, I always tell old man, only looking for pink thing. All right. To me, that look like a love circle gone wrong. Again, that's alleged. I don't know. But it's not just so people is killed here. Indian man, lead them Venezuelan, lead them foreigners, lead them woman and them. All right. Three weeks after Mariah's murder, family holds a vigil for justice. Budgets must focus on physical imbalance. Wow. Behind the OFAC license, there is silence on how new terms differ from 2023 deal. So we are not trying to raise them new terms and conditions that is different than the 2023 deal. Wow. The government might release that. The information on that, let me say, within the budget day, man. The Trinidad and Tobago government is yet to release details of new lease. To develop the Dragon Gas field, but under the original 2023 agreement, Venezuela was set to receive nearly half of the income from the project. The then arrangement stated that if Venezuela percentage share of gross income from the natural gas field falls below 45%, a special verbal consideration in addition to the already established. And this article will be applied. The Dragon Gas field located off the coast of Venezuela has proven reserves of some 1.2 trillion cubic feet of gas. British multi-international Shell and Trinidad and Tobago Natural Gas Company, NGC, was required to pay Venezuela no less than 45% of gross revenue from the Dragon Gas production. For the Dragon Gas production project off Venezuela coast. These terms were outlined in 2023 license agreement. Right, well, the gas license granted by the Venezuelan government and signed in December 2023 with the then government Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley administration was supposed to have a duration of about 30 years. With the possibility of an extension. However, in April, the new government a new Donald Trump administration revoked that previous license that were given during the Joe Biden tenure. And this created uncertainty for the Dragon Gas Project and its shareholders. The then Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, had reminded the country on many occasions that securing a license that will allow Trinidad and Tobago to explore the gas field in Venezuela's waters was urgent, as TNT economic future depends on it. Six months into the new term, the current government have moved quickly in securing a new license. On Thursday, Attorney General John Jeremy announced that Trinidad and Tobago officially been granted the license. All right. So we gotta find out if we working on the old terms and conditions, or if it's the new terms and conditions, and what is the new terms and conditions. This here airport is at risk as Caribbean runways face rising seas. Like them runway, them will close to the sea they so. Straight that runway far. We seas when rain fall. 18 charged in alleged quarry bus in Gornapo. Alright, they say 18 people was charged in an alleged quarry bus in Gornapo. Right. All like yesterday papers. Oh, shucks. All in said, all right. Right, today paper says all eyes on Tanku. Yes, all eyes is on Tanku. Next headliners on page 7 is Kamala government won't be able to make everybody happy. What you all think? Would she be able to make everybody happy? A man drunks during beach line with friends. Well, that's what you say when you go to the beach and only drink all the gasoline. Tanku promises turnaround for Trinidad and Tobago in today's budget. A plan for next 5 years to turn Trinidad and Tobago around. That's what Finance Minister Dave Tanku said. Says that the 2026 budget will be, and Prime Minister Kamala Prasad says, it will be, as Prime Minister Kamala Prasad says, has promised that government will try to make everybody happy. Government sources speculated yesterday that the United National Congress administration first budget today will have positive words for various sectors, including reduced gas prices. Wow. Expert intelligence needed to address spark in murders. China to stand firm against Trump 100% tariff threat. Tariff threat, eh? Well, they say when expected to be a fun getaway in Miaro, with friends ended up in a tragedy where 65-year-old Ramdat, who was found floating in the sea on Friday. Wow. All they had to organize going to the beach, all they doing beach and them rough, you know. Eh? The PM vows to continue war against Trinidad and Tobago social ills. Cameron Budget say we can't give everybody everything. Good morning, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning, Andy. Good morning to you, Lennox, Mickie, Newbie, and to everybody out here. You know, we on the 7 o'clock hour, and this countdown now is 2 hours to go.
Oh, go ahead,
Andy,
go ahead.
I would like to read something for you before I get my contribution started. Good things come to those who believe. Better things come to those who are patient, and the best thing come to those of us who don't give up. A friend of mine sent this to me this morning, and I am telling our people out there, good things come to those who believe, better things come to those who are patient, and the best thing come to those who don't give up. So don't give up, don't give up. I don't know if you had gotten a chance to play my voice note from last week, where I went and to sit before the tribunal after how many years, and that's one of the things that I was saying, don't give up, right? Don't care how long it takes. Yeah, and you get that opportunity to go now and sit before them. Go and sit before them and voice all your concerns.
All right, well, give me an idea about that voice note one time now. Or you overplayed. No, give me an idea.
Okay.
Go on.
It's since 2013, I have been trying to get onto the tribunal because of what they did with my national insurance pension, right? And they kept putting it off. For 2 years. They were supposed to call me, and nobody. And a day I said, let me go and see what's going on. And it so happened the gentleman would call me home from home the day. I met him, and he was very shocked that nobody got back in touch with me. Well, lo and behold, we reached 2020, right? I got an appointment for March, then COVID hit, everything put off. Andy, it wasn't until this year I got a call again asking him if I still want to appeal. I told them yes, that I want to go before the tribunal. And well, one of the appointments, I had missed it because I didn't get any notification on time. And on Monday, the 7th of October, I sat before the tribunal. Andy, I was in the Twin Towers when all that thunder and thing was rolling with the tornado in the west. It was rocking the Twin Towers that hour, the evening. Anyway, Andy, I sat there. I had my say. Thank God, Andy. Sometimes, you know, you want to throw away a piece of document because they say it's so old, you know, but don't throw it away. It might come in handy one day. And that is what happened. If I did not find that job letter from my job in 1975, Andy, I would have lost. I would never have been able to find that missing year. Right, in 1975. And they were very much surprised too that I had it. And I also raised an issue with them about what it is going on Lewis Street. People waited for reimbursements and they're telling them 5 years and whatever. They say, no, that's not supposed to take 5 years. And I was glad that I raised those issues. And they took all the information concerning what I had applied, my reimbursement for the Lewis Street, all all the receipts, everything I took to them, and they took all the information, and they said that they're going to get back in touch with me concerning it. So you see, Andy, even if you find something is waiting long or whatever, don't give up. Don't give up. Something must come out of it, and you might get the victory that you were looking for, but you would not lose. You would not lose, and I was glad that I kept up. Every time they called me, do you still want to appear? Yes, I still want to appear. And thank God I went on Tuesday, sorry, Andy.
And we asked her
Tuesday,
who the
and
characters
I
were.
had my say. And when I want to have my say, Andy, I could have my say, right? And they sat and they listened to all the things I had to put before them. And I hope something good comes out of it now, right? Andy, now our next thing, I am telling all you here this morning, if Patrick Manning was still alive, now I am not saying Patrick Manning was any saint there, because he was far from it. He was no saint, right? But if he was still, but he was a man, he was a gentleman. Let me put it this way: he was a gentleman, and he would never have taken that Curry Marcel to put him in the parliament, because of the day Curry Marcel walked into office. Even before that, you could have heard, and I'm going to say it, and I don't care who vexed, you could have heard the wajang behavior, because that is what we saw there on Friday with that behavior. What the speaker should have done, in my opinion, was not up to only apologize to the speaker, but to apologize to the house, the whole house, for disrespecting the house for his behavior, right? And you can't bring, you read the standing orders, you know the standing orders, right? You know if somebody stand to raise a standing order, you're supposed to sit down, right? But he, as I said from the very beginning, it was only war talk with him, and they clearly show that they come out for war. They did not come out for a proper decorum in that parliament. And I can tell you, Patrick Manning would never have put him there. You see, like how he discarded Hines, and it was Rowley who brought him back. He would have done that boy the same thing, because we know all his nasty posts that he used to put up when he before he was chosen, and he took down some of them. He took down some of them when he was chosen, right? And we thought, okay, well, fine, we're going to get some good behavior. But apparently not so at all. I don't know who the next one was, Gatsby Dolly. I don't know what was wrong. She had a bad headache that she had the head wrap up so, right? And only jumping up. I talk about they repeating themselves. You see what happened, Andy? They don't want people to know what they were doing. They don't want people to know that under this government, the murder rate, the crime rate has dropped. And under their government, imagine 22 babies, and you have to say that they were killed because it was out of negligence. They don't want to hear that. So she find every time she jump up, right? Like if she's in some steel band, that at the full order, now they find you coming to tell the speaker how to run his job, but they see Andy. They forget how Bridget Annie said George and Christine Kangaloo used to humiliate and insult the then UNC opposition, especially Christine Kangaroo with Anna Roberts. We see it. We heard it. You imagine Bridget Andy said George telling Saddam Hussein, MP Saddam, watch me in my face and apologize. Who she thinks she is? I'm going to ask her the same question Kareem was asking Padarat. Who you think you is? And they want now to take what Padarat say, and Andy, that is just to show you the level and the stink thinking. That stink thinking is a phrase that they use in these anonymous groups, right? Like Alcoholic Anonymous and Al-Anon and all these places, right? Not have been to them, but I know, right? Because I was a sponsor at one time for somebody. And they use these things. That's when they're thinking low, right? Put it up all kind of nasty things about Barry Padarat, because he schooled, he manners Karim Marcel, right? And the first thing that is water come here on board. Oh, the Charan watching, and I like the Charan, and everything is for the Charan and the Charan and the Charan. But here the behavior. And then they have the gall, Andy, to go out and have a press conference of the biasness of the speaker. Penelope Beckles, you and your 19 opposition leaders, right? Have no shame to talk about the biasness of this speaker. When clearly what it is we went through with Bridget, Andy said George and Christine Gangaloo. But you see, Andy, they were accustomed getting away with that nasty behavior under Bridget, Andy said George, so they feel they can bring it here now. But I am calling on the speaker this morning. I want you to tighten your rein with those the members of the opposition, because clearly they are out to destroy and disrupt the parliament. And we know we are going to see it today. We're going to see a lot of it today. And when they too have to respond to the budget. Andy, thank you for giving me this chance to communicate with you. You take care and you have a good morning. Later.
Thank you very much. Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Hey, morning, Andy. I just want to say, unless we have constitutional reform and we change some of these appointed positions, we will always get bias. When the PNM is there, you will get the speaker, you will get the bias on the PNM. UNC is there, they put a UNC speaker, they will get the bias on the UNC side. No speaker is never be independent. Unless that position is independent, there will be the same bias right through. So if they move all these things are being appointed by the winning party, some things may change and when it comes to parliament, because there's always a tick for tack, and my party they do this, so you get the next party right to do that, and your party do this, so it's right for my party to do that, and the tit for tat thing will always continue once there is biasness. Right through, that is all you're seeing.
All right, well, let me ask something. Who you view wrong in that whole thing there?
Well, my thing with that parliamentarian thing, everybody's be wrong, but as I say, most of the time, is the speaker they give the ruling, and the speaker does they had to abide by whatever the rule is. So any one of the parties could be right, could be wrong. If the speaker had the last say. The speaker had the last say. So that both I give both parties. Sometimes these parliamentarians they disrespect the parliament very often on both sides. They disrespect that parliament. They have no kind of discipline, no kind of quorum in that department because it's always a tick for tack. You do this, so I do this. You do that, so if one party do something bad, the next party say if they do something bad, they will say all right. The next party do it, so why I can't do it? And that's supposed to be like that. We're supposed to be going up, and this kind of gutter politics. So they want to leave for parliament.
So you're saying too that UNC is practicing gutter politics too?
No. Both sides do that. UNC, I don't know. Both sides just do it. So we know the taunting and thing that's come, right? Because PNM was there, they come and they lost. We know the taunting thing that's happened. When UNC there, it will happen, right? And once the speaker is appointed by the ruling party, the speaker will always be biased for the ruling party. Yes, I have seen him give decisions where he tell the party to UNC to relax themselves and he does try his best to calm down that parliament. To me, he does do a good job. He does do a good job. Sometimes his rulings I find it be very good because sometimes his biasness is more, sometimes it's equal. So if UNC do something wrong, he would put them in a place and say, hey, well they calm on themselves. Right? Relax. Same thing for the PNM. He's trying to calm down the party, but the politicians themselves is always a throw words here, and the next side go throw back words there. And they're throwing words on both sides. That's why sometimes people say, children are watching. Because when they're watching, the adults doing these back and forth throwing. When they're going to come to school. That does happen. Right? So I think we're supposed to have better parliamentarians, and I just always say, parliamentarians are not supposed to hold ministries. And I will believe in that, a parliamentarian, because when they hold in a ministry, they have no time.
Hold on, next caller. Here you're saying more. Don't worry, let him finish the contribution.
Right, I finish it
You
up
say
now,
parliamentarians are supposed to be holding ministries
No,
and
not
what?
supposed to be holding, not supposed to be holding ministries, whereas they neglect the people on the ground. They go in their office probably once in every 2 weeks or once a month, where they say they go in every, and everybody, because after election, constituents say, well, we don't see the parliamentarian, we don't see them, right? They don't walk about, all walk about done for elections, they're walking all over, and it's not, I'm not blaming one party, both parties do the same thing. They do the same. So I would say parliamentarian is for the parliament, let them study the laws and whatever, and give them time and give other citizens the chance to run ministries and things. And let it, because you went there to represent the people, eh? You went there to represent, not yourself. You ain't going there to represent yourself or you represent your party. You went there to represent the people of the country, each constituency. They went there to represent themselves. And if that is the way that's showing all right, my constituency is Navantil West, I know Wajang, so I live like a Wajang, I know I represent my people. Currently, we're part of that thing, currently North or whatever, and that's why he represented his people if he is Wajang.
Beulah say you're wasting time. Angeline, well, she said only PNM just now. I want to see where's the comments you getting based on your contribution. I really want to see that. Timothy is saying this caller sounds like a PNM.
No, remember, they just always say once you're singing, once you're not for.
Margaret said this speaker, the speaker too soft.
Yes,
Chief Commander 65 said this man is a PNM of the PNM. End of story.
They can say what? I know I'm not a PNM. I am not a PNM. Andy William, like I said, I hold no party card for PNM. I hold no party card for UNC. I hold no party card for anybody. I'm an independent person. And who don't like that, that is a business. They can call whoever want. Once you're not, you don't say what PM, because me and you just have good conversation, Andy. On board when it comes to anything, we just have good conversations, right? I just do my research, and I research before I even call in this thing. I just watch it live on YouTube in front of my computer, and I just research some of the things I could come here and talk about. I'm not a diehard. I have never voted for one party in my life. Never have voted. I'd say either PNM, either yours. I vote for representation, right? Even though my area is a PNM area, right? I could say from before 2010 or whatever, I had water in my area 24/7. I still have water 24/7. I still have roads, my roads by where I live in, the roads paved. I have street lights. I have all the drainage, everything properly. But that's my area, because of my area, I see the country as a whole, right? And if I see somebody is good for the country and not just my area, I would vote for that person. So if I see
all right, so Kamala was good for the country, and you voted for in this last election.
And I'd say no. She is good for the country.
Well, all right, we'll stick up in there before I come and get in trouble for you. Right now they're saying time up.
Yeah. We go talk again, Andy.
And then COP go call in and quarrel, and COP go say, Andy, you're only blowing that hole in my head, and look how you let this man, you understand? So let me come up this one.
Yeah. All right, man, Andy, it's already.
All right. God, oh God, we lost the next caller, man. Also, call back, caller. Call back, next caller. Oh, gosh, I lost you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're losing, man. I'm right here.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, that previous caller say is independent caller, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, he's independent, but he votes for the PNM. Okay, let me start with my contribution. You see that behavior in Parliament? That has been normalized. People just forget. They doesn't want to blame the PNM. That behavior has been normalized by the PNM. Look at Blue Hair Lady. Look at the former president of the PNM, who is the president now, spewing the gospel of the PNM into the parliament. And a lot of people just close the eye and block the head. You remember a fellow by the name of Valley? You remember a fellow by the name of Guru? You remember when they take out their jacket and they wanted to beat the speaker, Okasipon, and we had to call a state emergency for that?
Can Valley do that? I can't remember that now.
Yeah, people can't remember. But this is Dogo Martin, you know, and I just come with the evidence and the facts.
Mm-hmm.
when Manning couldn't get away and the speaker wanted to discipline them for the behavior, he take out the jacket and he wanted to almost beat up the thing, and a Headbridge Bureau too. So people mustn't forget that. So that is one aspect. So the normalization of all sort of bad behavior and corrupt practice has to be placed on the bolted on the chest of the PNM. We cannot get that PNM govern this country for 77% of our independence and Republican status. The second thing, I'm going directly, I have 3 years, so this is second. Going directly to Minister of Housing, David Lee. I want people to look how I'm treading in either. The person who charged him was the head of the FIB in 2022. A fella by the name of Lucas. He was a big Sawati, the TTPS. All right? When he charged him, he went to the DPP and the DPP told him, go ahead. He said then, this is a newspaper article in the Newsday in 2023, you know. He said he has 25 witnesses, right? 9 of them is policemen. And he get a statement for them, yes. But they went on charge, eh? Quickly, they went on charge. I want to draw another dot to another case where they charge a lady who was on the highway for buying shadow benny. 4 policemen or 5 policemen charge her, and they never turn up in court. They didn't give no statement. They give sick leave and thing. That is the behavior of the police service. It is corrupt. When Lucas was nominated for the DCP, that is about a year ago, and Fitzy, the sleeping minister, gave all sort of kudos for him. And at the end, they say they're not nominating him. And the big question, people have fleshed it out, yes, but people investigated. Saddam Hussein in Parliament wanted to know why they didn't nominate Lucas, and the government changed their mind at the day of the nomination. Saddam Hussein in Parliament said, have you all seen the article or the letter that a senior police officer who was in charge of the PSB at that time, Professional Standard Bureau, wrote to Susan Martin? He said, does that letter have anything to do with PNM not voting for this man to be DCP? Because that letter, Totaram Duki wrote to Susan Martin was to investigate Wendell Lucas. People understand where I'm going with this. No. Wendell Lucas has, I believe, gone to other pastures. But I wanted to know if there was a quid pro quo when he charged Lee in 2022 and didn't have the statement written or confirmed to move forward. And the case was dismissed and they rearrest that. Let me go to my third point quickly. I don't want to take up time. On Friday, our new minted Attorney General said he honors the judgment of the judge. In any case, the final arbiter in any case conflict is the judge. The judge say Brent Thomas was kidnapped by 3 police officers. I want people to understand that. And he called out the 3 police officers. One is a DCP, one is a senior superintendent, one must be inspector. And he say he going to investigate because he following the law. The question arises, why other people who have the wherewithal to investigate this, Brent Thomas has not been able to do it. This is the 4th investigation, you know. The first one into the Brent Thomas issue started with Ulla Christopher. What happened to Ulla Christopher? They charge her. Did they charge her to prevent the investigation into the Brent Thomas issue? The second one was the PCA was investigating Brent Thomas. We hear nothing about the PCA. That man from the east and the west, it looked like he's sitting on toilet paper, just like the DP sitting on the colonial report. The third one was the newly minted COP, Guevara, who said he investigated. And you know what? The police service, they tied his hand. They're supposed to do certain things, send that senior person on leave, and they didn't do it, so they tie his hands. And the other two officers, I hope that he now send them on leave. The Police Service Commission intervene now and send them on leave, so the Attorney General could do a very good detailed investigation and let the chips fall where they lie. The fourth one, sorry, let me get a fourth one now. The fourth one is the fella up in Sandy Grande who they charge. All you know his name, right? His name is just like a Theodore Guerra, a senior counsel, who was a very good senior counsel. His brother was Mark Guerra, and we know what Mark Guerra was. He eventually was killed up there, and that case wasn't solved, nobody, anything that. But that fella was a millionaire, because he benefited from the PNM. Patrick Manning appointed him head of the URP. So when he died 2020, where his money went, they did go to his brother. His brother is very, very, very involved in a lot of real estate, DG holding a lot of things. If what Guevara is saying, these people were stealing state resources, aggregate and all kind of things, and they build houses and they sell. It's just like you buying something that was stolen. If somebody come and they tell you you bought a stolen television set from somebody, you steal it. And you complicit, you're supposed to vet everybody. Is all these houses he sold? Are these people going to be jumping up?
Here it is. You see with arrest and that most likely before the court and whatever.
Right.
Leave the ground report out of that one.
Right.
Yeah. Please leave the ground report itself out of that one. Yeah, go ahead. Anything else?
And this could probably lead to Balize House,
Again,
so
all we are saying there is alleged. Leave the ground report out of that one. Cockroach, no more party. Tartan. Thank you very much. Cockroach, no more party, Tartan. Cockroach, no going for party. It's I on here, and I on here alone. Lennox Smith not here, Mickie Kerr not here. One thing with the Pitbull and Andy Williams, again, cockroach, don't go in full party. Lead that for other people. Don't bring me in that.
The Ground Report with Mickie Kerr, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Because the first thing that will be said, and will be going back to various people, is that Andy Pitbull Williams allow somebody to say about who ex-brother was in criminal this and who leave money, and if that money this, and then go into somebody's business, and the birds leave Andy Williams, the Pitbull, out of big people dance. I understand what 6 bullet feels like, you know. All right.
Bang, 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 bang,
A man is innocent till proven guilty. I want to say hats off to that businessman. And that you are innocent until proven guilty. Right, let's continue.
bang, 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 bang.
That is a serious rodeo went down there, boy, they go Martin. Don't get we involved in big people dance to that extent, partner. All right. Let's make down to Mickie Kerr, please now. Let you organize it. All right. You see the series you go on there on who was who brother and what money, and then you go on now in people business and how my house they sell and all of that under me, boy. Don't do me that. Don't do me that.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
I's a man that's frequent grandy, you know. Don't do me that. Don't do me that. Don't do me that. Man, when Mickie with this thing, boy, Lennox Smith come on here, you know. That man throw me off with that, you know. Anyhow, let me continue. A pleasant good day to you, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Is your boy from England, boy.
Hey, England, how you going, my brother?
I did normal. Well, Andy, first of all, don't let them dance and them upset you, brother. You're done already. These people and them have no kind of sense at all. So don't watch that. Right now, what we have to focus on is the parliament. Yes, you know them fellas and them walking out. Yes, you know they action in themselves now. They like action. Up and down now. You see how they're going on? That is what we want them. So right now, fellas, we need to focus on what's going on inside of there. Budget reading today. You understand? That's what we focus on right now. We don't have to focus on nonsense and people with a dunce talk.
Budget we focus on, boy.
Budget we focus on right now. You understand? I over here quite over the pond. And I focusing on that. Me want to know about Rowley with the nonsense, talking on thing and want to draw press release and thing. We want to know about Penny and them standing outside there talking and all marvelous Marva and all of them with their hand full up, looking like full up clothes. We want to know about them right now. Fire burn all. All we main focus is how the budget go look and how we can move and navigate through the next year. That's what we want to know. We want to know about that. We want to know how we children and them go through for school and things. That's what we want to know. How the food coming. You know what I mean? We want to know that we farmers and them all down in West Sagaramas. We want to know how them farmers and them go survive. How they getting through. All the fellas and them over in all them other location, them farmland and them wet area and all them things. We want to know about that. We want to focus on we country and building we nation back up to a certain speed and standard again. You understand? You see these people and them? You see what happened, right? Let me show you this.
Boy,
Britain,
I'm gonna lie. That man make me heart skip a set a beat there. I say,
boy, don't let these people and them skip no beat here. Andy, here what I telling you, right? You see Mickie, you see Lennox, let me show you, and all the rest, TC, Heavy, everybody. I have to say big up to Urban Felix. You understand? Let me show you something. You see them fellas and them that try to skip heart or skip beat and all that kind of thing, and them fellas is mischief makers. And you have to understand that how in this place right now, everybody who is against the government is a mischief maker. They don't want good for the country. That's number one. Number two, on top of the agenda, for 9.5, close to 10 years, Ole was going to nonsense. And these people still hold on to that nonsense and balling at how that was good governance. And you are understanding what good governance is and all that stupid talk. But you see what happened? As I said to you, when you look inside the parliament, you have to understand when the speaker was explaining certain laws and certain functions that the actual speaker has, we have to understand that how Bridget and Lisa George, all of them who was taking the actual make out of our constitution and our parliament, we can understand that that's they're walking up because they realize that they don't even have the speaking house on this nothing. So right now, all the work that they was carrying out for all them 9.5 years, close to 10 years, that will break down slowly but surely. It's just chipping away. We, right, the UNC is chipping away at the nonsense to build a better society for ourselves. So Andy, you see the people, don't take on them, brother. For the gun, and I can tell you, don't take on them people, brother.
Yeah, boy.
Don't take them on. They're not making any. So long as you know BCD, but coming on with ZYX, brother, don't take these people on. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and they tell you they're 10, 9, don't take them on. Because reality, we know how it runs. We know the order. We know that we try to bring this thing back in a certain gear. Big up Miss Woodbrook. Big up Auntie Munsami. Big up 662. Big up Daru. Big up COP. Right? And listen, sometimes you have to behave yourself over in the beat. Boy, sometimes you just get me vexed. But having said that, is love same way. Right? You have to understand that we have no time to listen to dance talk from these people. We have no time for the dance talk. All we have to know is what's going on with the budget and how we're moving forward through the next year into the next 4 to 5 years. And beyond that, we have no time for no nonsense right now. Andy, with that one, I'm going to leave you with that, my brother. You understand?
All right, thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy,
Welcome,
oh
brother.
boy. Go ahead, next caller, morning. Go ahead. You're done on, go ahead.
Yes. Morning.
Yeah, because I want to say morning to Lennox Smith, so go ahead.
Morning, Lennox. Yes. Yeah, I want to ask a question. Mr. Lennox could give me a little more answer on that.
Yeah, Lennox listening, listening.
Yeah, Mr. Lennox, I want to find out something. Last night I saw something posted on this. Yeah.
Don't study the background. I tell you, you must mute that. Go ahead, Lennox
Okay,
listening. You only hearing your own self. We hearing you and you hearing we through the phone. Mute
right,
that,
okay.
that gadget in the back there. Mute that. Remember, you want people now to wear full clothes for carnival. You only want
yeah.
thing. Remember, use a serious culture, man. You looking for serious change in the culture. Go ahead.
Okay, right. Yeah, right. Last night I was watching social media. A lady said she was 4 days in America, United States, and she had some TT dollars, and she was posting that on the air that she went to all Western Union, all about to get it changed to send to Trinidad, and she had a problem that they wouldn't take the money. So I wanted to know if Lennox could help me and tell me, well, if that just stopped, because she was posting it and saying that Kamala stopped that 4 days ago. And UNC stopped it 4 days ago. That's the whole idea. And I'm saying, well, I live in America for 40-something years. And when I take a money to go $300 to change day, I cannot get it changed just for nothing. No way. They tell me no. Yeah, they tell me no. Because I even said in Barbados for $300 and they didn't want it. So I don't know if she just, first time she went to America, and she have a problem with the changing of the TT dollars there to get U.S. currency. But I know that that money wasn't honored in England in certain places. And I'm not agreeing with what she's saying. They send UNC come to stop it. This is what I'm trying to figure out. If Lennox should do a little research and see how long they stop the money. You know what I mean? How long? And the idea is, I know that there for years now, nobody cannot get TT dollars changed no part of the world. It will become a no sense money. And another thing too, I cutting it short, Bonnie. The other thing too, I find now people cannot work under a supervisor of a Venezuelan. The same brother-in-law telling you about don't bathe, don't shave, don't thing. He packing box in the grocery. But he want to be just like the Venezuelan. He want to be a supervisor. But he don't bathe, he don't shave. Now the Spanish, the Venezuelan or the South American people is very talented. They shave, they dress, and they look good. They buy a good shoe and they go in there. The pants not falling down. The hair well cut. They fit in inside the position to where they could get position. When we Trinidadian go to get our work anyway, putting it under any race, right? They always have a problem, their pants falling, they hair falling in their face. You ask them a question, they don't know. The Spanish can't talk English, but he could direct you. But he watch you up in your face and tell you, well, he don't know nothing. So this is one of the problems. We had to have a dress code now to lick up the Spanish work. Because the Spanish using the dress code, they're dressing good. They can't talk English, but they're smelling good, they're dressing good, and they have the best class of shoe and handbags. So when a man watch them, say, boy, them talented, he ain't checking the education, he checking their appearance. So they become his supervisor. But he don't want to bathe, he don't want to buy, he don't want to wear good pants.
Now that family member there, now you're saying, the Spanish supervising he?
Yes. I could put on, you see, I'm an East Indian, right? I could put on my East Indian brothers and sisters. You know why? They want to be bigger position, but they're not reaching the standard. The Spanish have it there. They bathe, they change their clothes, they wear the best perfume. Some of them walk in a gel behind. You understand? They have gel all over, and they take in the work. They themselves getting away with everything. Handbag, they're looking good, so they could.
So look at what? You're breaking up.
Yeah.
Right.
What I'm saying.
Hurry up, you have
they could take away all the jobs.
Yeah,
they could take away all the jobs because their appearance have to do. So I tell my brother-in-law, I say, boy, go and bathe and shave and put a little dye in the hair. You will see the position of work you will get. And put a belt and hold up your pants. You know what I mean? And when you go, you don't wear no dirty jeans.
Of course,
Wear a nice suit. Look how you and Lennox look. Better than Rowley. Rowley don't dress. He comes to a briefing with a shirt worth $10. That.
Go ahead.
He come to a briefing. He come to brief the country about oil, and he come with a shirt for $10. That won't tell the world nothing. They will say what kind of fella he is representing. If you go with a jacket and tie, and Lennox go, man, all you could take anything away from anybody. Big position. Now let me show you something. Appearance of it. When I go in to marry that girl, my mother tell me, what, don't bring no girl here, I say, Ma, well, let me show you. This girl here is my girl. She's so nice she looking. She said she could cook. She said, no. Well, that was the end of the day. I couldn't bring shit. That was Indian tradition, Lennox. When my grandfather came from India, he tell my big brother, don't shave, don't bathe, wear a long beard in your face, represent the Indians from India. So my big brother tell him, well, you stupid or something? How we going to represent the Indians from India? They're suffering 45, 50 years, 60 years. I watch our Indian picture, and it's the same thing. I seen that picture, I seen it today. So tell me if that country could be on the now the Prime Minister is trying hard for them, but they ain't thinking. They just think backward, not forward. The appearance have a lot to do with that, You ain't going to take a man with a dhoti and put him in the bank as a manager, No, you have to wear a nice jacket and tie. You see the young people move away from India, them is big boy, them is intelligent, this and intelligent that. Because them ain't want to stay in India, Them know India will keep them back down. So they get away. I thank my grandparents from leaving India and coming here. So I might have been sleeping on a train line or some train or something and catching my tail. Catching my body over there. And don't see a good life. Because they had to do the right thing. And I thank I just praying for my grandfather picture every time. I say, Lord, you bring me away. You come use the second Jesus Christ to see a better life. And this is what I agree with the young people today. They move away from that big beard in their face and that dhoti and a merino. Indian ain't go like me what talking, They go calling they ain't go like me. They ain't go like me. Tell me which woman you see wearing a sari now. It's only occasion. You see Auntie Kamla? She does well dressed nice. She could fit in anyway. She wear a sari when it's Diwali time. After that, she put her in the wardrobe. That ain't supposed to come out again. That one is supposed to come out for Diwali time. After that, was she going temple. Parang music, they just shelve that too much. para music should play all around here in Trinidad. In between. Scrunta and all them fellas have to make money. But they don't know the way how to make money. Because para music, people can't understand it, and they just dance to it. So that is where the money coming in, dancing to something. And another thing too, I could tell you something else. Lennox, you see that budget coming out today? And Andy?
Yeah.
I don't know if the budget will have goodies, but it's going to have some good things. The major thing is going to have education. The second thing, they got national security. Third, they got school for life one. Then fourth, they got water. Fifth, they got road. You understand?
Yeah.
And then six, they got probably, what I saying to another thing, I want to cut short.
Yeah.
What I'm saying,
Yeah.
all the maxi taxi drivers that line up by the bus route there. Take them, the government not buy no big bus again. Take them and put them in small hubs. And you could run there and get a bus. Do like, you know what I mean? You take a bus there, and these buses could go all different. It could only be about $1 more or $2 more. But the fellas on them ain't making no money to send them in the hubs all about. And get them like from peak hours to, and they gonna make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, man, just gonna hold the fish in the sea.
Yeah.
And you know when they go in the water, they're peeing in the water. You know what I mean? That is bad. You have to respect where they're getting your living from.
All right, but
You know what I mean?
all right, so when they go in the water, they where they like pirogue, they where them to pee there. Tell me.
No, walk with one of them CGA yellow keg.
Oh, with a potty, a
Clean it when you come to
posy.
shop.
Walk with a posy.
Yeah, well, long time we used to call it that.
All right, so
But
let's
now
call
we
it
used to call
now.
it a
Potty.
keg because you pee in a keg. You know
All
one
right.
of them keg.
So that walk with
You
a
pee that
bottle.
way and you lock it. Yeah, that big keg now the way they buy the oil in
All
and
right.
bring it to shore and throw it.
All right.
They have to respect the sea.
The
The
sea.
sea have plenty things living in it.
All right. So they mustn't pee in the sea.
No,
All right.
respect the sea. Because if a man come in your radio station and they curse, what you just do with them?
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, if you drive in a car and you see the red light red, you stop. You don't go in it. Because
Yeah.
that light has plenty dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah. But all that concentrating on the budget today,
Yeah.
that anti-Kamala put out a nice budget because people suffer for 9 years and all we hear is press conference for the 9 years gone by. And,
All right.
and they're still saying she's not doing the right thing.
All
She's telling you what she's going to do.
But you're going to take
She's
more
telling you
time.
the license for 6 months.
Oh, but I want to get you on now. I want to get you on. You want people calling me for
No,
you.
one minute, let me tell you about the license.
Go
They
ahead.
say the license is 6 months. But that license is a real good license for 6 months. You give a man 30 years license and he can't drive a car with it. It don't make no sense. But they get 6 months license, learn how to drive, and then get the 30 years license. So Rowley and them didn't get no learner's permit. They get license. And that license, when the man see they're breaking all the traffic lights, they're going through the red lights and all these things, they're not following the laws, you had to take with their license.
All right.
So they get suspended.
All right.
So that is one of the reasons.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution out there. Where, baby? Miami?
In Orlando.
Orlando?
When you come in, just call me.
All
Come on.
right. There
You
you
could
go.
you could text me. I just want to listen to Lennox program in the night and call a little between. You could send me the WhatsApp number for Lennox.
Yes, I will.
Lennox is okay. I could call you at night.
Yeah, in the program. You can call in the program. And
Yeah. You will send the WhatsApp number for me now.
All
Send
right.
the WhatsApp.
I
Because
will.
want to cut off I will cut him off and talking a little long.
Yes. Let me tell you, I have no choice now. Go ahead, call us. Only make it short and sweet now. Hey, Lennox, I had to take 2 more calls there. How that man take long there and people call him, boy.
Go right ahead. Very, very interesting. I'm a very good listener.
Yeah, go ahead, caller.
And we always give the callers the priority. Anyway.
A pleasant good morning, Andy. Ann Brown here, Mr. Lennox.
Yes.
Mother Burn
Good
here,
morning.
all in the live stream. Let me start by saying Shubh Diwali to all my Hindu brothers and sisters. And may Ma Lakshmi shower her eternal blessings upon you and your loved ones. Moving on, let me remind all again that our government inherited an economy left in crisis unpaid debts, and stalled developments. And today our government is working to stabilize, rebuild, and restore fiscal confidence through responsible management and people-centered investments. In closing, I would like to say full support to my Prime Minister and her team, who will be turning fumes into a future ahead of the National Budget Day today. Have a blessed day, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Patricia Reed, where we man. So all I seen here now, because I'm not watching the board, and I wasn't watching the board all the time. So I'm now watching the social media messages. I see you say they and the answer now. Where we man answer, Patricia? Let me know where we man answer now. I know where one man answer. Well, let me continue the calls there. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox.
Hey.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Mr. Barapo, good
morning.
Good morning to you.
Andy, you know, sometimes you just hear certain things and you just wonder where people really living in and what, you know, have they ever evolved, or they just keep thinking that the same place there was 50 years ago, they're still there in their mind. People have to understand time evolve, and a lot of the scenario that the caller that took so long talked about, all those things is things of what was then long time ago. People evolve and they move on, and who going to work without bathing and clothes, combing their hair and putting on a little perfume and thing now? Huh? You know, so you could call and create a kind of scenario that is in your mind, but that's not reality. I don't think it's about. I see even the garbage man and them now putting on all kind of fancy cologne and thing, because sometimes you see a young girl come out to put out a little garbage. She watch the man, she say, well, wait now, you looking nice. You're looking like how a garbage man supposed to look. You understand? So when people call and paint pictures and try to portray certain images and things, that is in their mind. That is not reality anymore. We move on past that. And we need to come out of that, always living in those kind of places that we have to bring up those conversation. Do that when you see a lineman and you're with your partners and then say, remember a long time when you see that you didn't have money to buy a cologne and underarm deodorant and all these kind of things. Don't bring it up now, because you walk in a store, you're getting all kind of different products. Long time, all it had was blue soap and a little baby cream or coconut oil. Now it have a million different. Pennywise could give you anything you want to look good, smell good, and it costs no sort of big money. Considering the budget, let me talk about the budget. People don't understand. Yeah. So let me do that hallucination. Let me tell you something. Today we get in our budget. There are certain commitments that the government made when there was an opposition and campaigning, which is for the public servants, that 10%. So that is one thing they definitely would be committed for. And I think that they got honored that part of the 10% where the negotiation is concerned with that. Apart from that, with where the previous administration had this country in a really, really devastated position, we would have to understand that this budget wouldn't be nothing of no sort of big goodies and thing. This budget is just to try to keep the ship stable, maintain our course, and sort of charter a better future for Trinidad and Tobago. So we know the dirty sort of people who support the PNM and didn't have nothing for the last 10 years could come now and say, we want increase in pension, we want an increase with CPEP, we want increase. That is all they're going to be calling for. And we know that when this budget is laid in Parliament, it would be one of the most compact, brilliant, and real budget a country would have to face, would get for the last 10 years. This budget wouldn't be no mama guy and no budget of like how Imbert used to give a budget for 4 hours, 5 hours, it mean nothing. And then later down in the year, in a budget review, he want $10 billion more again because he can't fulfill anything that he did in the budget. So we would see a real finance minister delivering a budget today in Parliament. We would see a budget that would be something that would materialize in the way Trinidad and Tobago move forward. And every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, some way, would benefit from this budget. So, and I know for a fact that the response that would come from the opposition, just like how this little fella, Carrie Marcel, away name, just behave in the Parliament, that going to be the same way how them going to be responding to the budget. Nothing of substance, nothing to contribute to say, hey, here what? This is the direction Trinidad and Tobago is going. And we would get that kind of dotish response from them as usual. But definitely, we have the right people right now in Parliament, and Trinidad and Tobago only stand to benefit and move forward from today. Have a good morning, gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of all your program. Take care, please.
Nice. Before I take other calls and we play all your voice notes, time check. It's 3 minutes in the hour of 8 o'clock. Remember, we're going till 9 o'clock. So I must say a pleasant good morning to Lennox Smith. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you. How was your weekend? What's on your front burner this morning?
Are you hearing me loud and clear first and foremost?
Loud and clear.
Yes, indeed, of course. A pleasant good morning to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central, in Trinidad, or friends in Tobago, and wherever you are, streaming on the World Wide Web. A pleasant good day to you. Once again, I'm always amazed and satisfied of the level of contributions being made by the callers, and to see to the extent to which they are so well informed, and to tell us the status of Trinidad and Tobago now, where it was or where we have been brought, and of course moving forward. And I think from today it is about moving forward. Let's say in earnest the reading of the first budget of the new administration led by the Honorable Prime Minister Ms. Kamala Prasad Bissessa. This of course UNC coalition of interest administration, and I want to say that I'm looking with bated breath. I'm looking forward with bated breath, of course, to hear what has to be said. I have heard all of the preliminary and notions and expectations, but the proof of the pudding, of course, is in the reading this evening from 130 people. Of course, the opposition will have the opportunity in 3 days' time normally, but our tradition is that on the following Friday, the opposition will have their say as well, because this is a democracy. And while, of course, the majority will have their way, the opposition will have their say. So they will have their say on Friday, but at the end of the day, the onus and responsibility is on the government to chart a way for the way forward for Trinidad and Tobago. I want to say too, and I predicted last week, that expect fireworks in the Parliament, not necessarily from the government side, but certainly from the opposition side. When it started on Friday, I said that they are going to walk out the Parliament. They are going to exhibit a level of irascibility and anxiety that largely because they would have been called out, they would have been exposed, they would have been rendered naked. And we saw that, of course, as a microcosm of the fireworks that will happen over the next several days. I think this exercise will take about a week or so, going into the night and into the morning. I've already made arrangement with my own team to be in the Parliament, of course, as regularly as possible, and going through the night as well, because we are not too far from the Parliament in terms of our own facility here on George Street. So it's just a stone's throw away, or about 3 streets that intervenes before we meet the Parliament. So we are in a position to, of course, be there and taking, of course, the what I consider the goings on a ball by ball and taking a bird's eye view of what is happening. I am going to, of course, I prefer to hear the expectations of the population. Clearly, I think one or two callers already said focus on education, focus, of course, on social intervention. Of course, the whole question of diversification, I expect it to be one of the issues that will be addressed, and how we are going forward with that. The level of investment, the type of I'm talking about direct foreign investment and, of course, indirect. How we are going to treat, of course, with the deficit. There will be a deficit, clearly. How we treat with the deficit, and overall, what kind of expenditure we are looking at as compared to the expectation of the revenue side of things, and the associated real scenario where, of course, there must be some kind of borrowing on top of what already exists. So the Minister of Finance has to travel a very tight rope, a balancing act, and of course, I take note from the Prime Minister at that Diwali function in her own constituency, and of course, the presentation of the Minister of Finance at the opening of the Diwali Naga, when, of course, on the one hand, the Prime Minister said that, of course, all of the expectations of all of the people cannot be met. So that speaks volumes. And, of course, I think what I would take from Tanku's note at the opening of the Diwali Naga is that the diaspora is being asked to return, because Trinidad and Tobago has a different paradigm swing, a different approach to development, and therefore they could rest confident that when they invest in Trinidad and Tobago, are talking about the diaspora here, that is, of course, you always accommodate those at home before you, or like you like to say, Andy, you prefer to dance home before you dance abroad. Well, I think that statement is very encouraging, and I'm hearing, of course, more and more diasporal elements making their contributions to this program, which speaks volumes and which is a very enlightening one, and of course encouraging a sign that there are people who are contemplating, and I know of persons who are contemplating coming back home. Having regard to that, I want to say, of course, a pleasant good morning to Mr. Gobin, one of our contributors. I know that you missed him on the last occasion he was here. And I want to say to him, of course, a pleasant good morning to him, and many of the issues that we would have discussed on a private basis. But he's one of the diasporal, should I say, elements that is contemplating returning home, or at minimum, at least returning on a regular basis, as opposed to what transpired over the last 9 point something years prior to the 28th of April, and that elections that, of course, emerged the new administration. So all in all, confidence I expect it to be built into the system. People must feel that they are being honestly looked at, and that the utterances are genuine, and when sacrifice are called upon, we expect that the people will respond appropriately. It's not going to be smooth sailing. I will be one of the first to, of course, admit that. But having regard, especially to what was inherited, but certainly the optimism and the feeling that we all can put our shoulders to the wheel and become true patriots as we guide each other, and as we, of course, be our brother's keeper in this time of what I consider to be initial sacrifices and, of course, difficulty. So that being as it may, that is what I would want to introduce. Andy, I know you have your own views on even what I would have just said, but the fact of the matter is that these are some of the realities that we have to face at this point in time. Anything specific, I will address if you so ask me to engage. When that happens, when Andy is silent, you know that he probably is engaged in something else and has given me the opportunity to, of course, address you. Of course, some of the things that we would want to also see, it may be off budget, but it's critical, and that is, of course, some of the sins, the iniquities of the past administration. We heard, of course, in that debate last Friday, the Attorney General, of course, in participating in the resolution that emerged consequential of that notice to the Parliament for the replacement or the substituting of the two major offices in the police service, the Commissioner and that of the Deputy Commissioner, both of whom are going abroad, and therefore the replacement temporarily. And it, of course, engendered a lot of fireworks in the Parliament. And I think there was another issue, the whole question of expanding of the authority of JPs for the purpose of issuing search warrants. And of course, the opposition was strident that ought not to be. And I took note of the Attorney General's position, one of which was saying that it appears that the PNM is engaged, of course, in some kind of elitist agenda as far as JPs are concerned. The ordinary man seemed to be unqualified, out of his depth to, of course, carry the weighty responsibility of a JP. And then, of course, it brought me back to my own, of course, initial legal let's say, exposure, where in the British system and many other jurisdictions, you have JPs being ordinary people. One doesn't expect them to have gone to law school, but of course there are practical mechanisms to make certain that they adhere to the rule of law and to discharge their responsibility as efficiently as possible, having regard to their role and responsibility in the area, of course, of issuing bail, for example, and of course issuing warrants to the police. The PNM is of the view that there are too much corruption in that process, and therefore that kind of JP should be eliminated. But of course, the government has taken a different view, and I share that view, where people have found themselves running afoul of their responsibility. Then, of course, I would agree that they should be taken to the full brunt of the law should descend on them. But to say to eliminate the ordinary person from the process of administering justice, I think is a myopic and fatalistic position which the PNM has adopted. And of course, it at the same time, there's a built-in arrangement where the police cannot be or will not be hampered in the way that they currently are, because they can't get somebody because the courts close or because of time constraints. But the JPs are in their respective communities. Incident takes place, and the police on a timely basis is able to get a JP at almost any time, so as to issue a warrant, because there may be something an offense that is being committed out of suspicion, obviously, and suspicion has certain parameters as far as the police is concerned, which of course the JP has to be satisfied before he or she issues a warrant or put their signature to such a document. So I believe that will assist, of course, in the detection of crime, in the police, of course, making timely intervention, in, of course, the protection of the public's interests and the public, and, of course, the ordinary person, and, of course, not so ordinary in the society. So I share the Attorney General's view, but I think what was more significant is that there is an indication, the first salvo of a very practical nature, when the sitting Attorney General, of course, John Jeremy, made it very pellucid, very conspicuous, very articulate when he said that the Brent Thomas matter is one that is of concern to him because he as Attorney General was instructed by the courts, the judge that adjudicated on that particular matter, to say that there should be an investigation because it is clear that Mr. Brent Thomas was kidnapped from Barbados and brought back here to Trinidad. I suppose that is the major issue that triggered, of course, the walkout. I think that was the underbelly. I don't think it was because of the assumption that the speaker was biased, because I saw that he went into details in certain instances to explain what a particular standing order is and what is expected by the framers of the standing orders of the House. But I think it was more the fact. I think it was Master himself who said that of course, here there are threats, and using that, of course, during the debate of the warrant, the search warrant aspect of the discussion to now be executed by ordinary JPs. And he was saying that you have someone who is saying at what you and pointing out and so on, and therefore he is suggesting that somehow abuse of the availability of GPs to provide search warrants will somehow have some kind of what I consider untoward and negative impact on the execution of that very simple measure. So we know that clearly it wasn't really the offense they took to the speaker correcting them on certain matters of the standing order, but it was more that statement that they could not, of course, absorb, they could not countenance, they could not assimilate, they could not put another way. I think they were very unsettled by that statement, because it means that certain specific individuals would have had to be considered in terms of investigation, whether it be the former National Security Minister, the man who said that he was, of course, head of the National Security Council, all of that. I'm talking about the former Prime Minister here, etc. So they are a bit unsettled with that. Yes, my friend, go ahead.
Oh boy, you give them so much in a little space of time. Time check it. Yes, 13 minutes to the hour. Yes, 13 minutes to the hour of 9 o'clock. And I know we have voice notes to play and a lot of things from you all. Barry Bujam, you're getting trouble, boy. Barry Bujam say, look at Lennox, I feel so sorry for that man. He comes here every day morning and talk till his throat hurts. Right, Barry Bujam, it have no age to the limit. And who is more qualified for a board position, Lennox Smith or Santa Cruz? Barry Bujam looking for Bacchanal this morning, Lennox Smith. Yeah, there's no, yeah. What are you trying to say?
Well, it is not uncommon and it is not strange to me. But I want to say, as I've said over and over, particular, but I know that is mischief more than anything, but I'm sure you have heard me already. Lennox Smith is comfortable where he is. I am satisfied with the discussions that did and continues to take place. And in the fullness of time, of course, Lennox Smith's contribution to the government, which of course was a question posed by the Honorable Prime Minister to me. Yes, to me about 1 o'clock a certain morning, and of course I did disclose what role I would like to play. I want to say categorically, and in spite of the advice that was given to me, even by you, Andy, so I want to tell them that. But of course, I have decided that I will not take a board appointment. There are other areas that I would want to serve, and of course, in the fullness of time, that will materialize. In fact, I was offered the chairmanship of the East Port of Spain Development Company, but I recommended someone else so to do. And in fact, of course, prior to that, in a UNC administration, let me say it categorically, the one before, between 2010 and 2015, I served as vice chairman of the East Port of Spain Development Company. I served under the Small Business Development Board, and I served on the Matriculation Board as well. That board that deals with the standards in the Standard Bureau I served on
Nice.
that board as well. So I've been around. I've been around. And of course, I did have a short stint in the parliament as well.
Nice. So, Barry Bujam, don't worry about Lennox Smith. As Lennox Smith say, he good, he wants nothing based when it coming to board appointments. Okay? So let's think that there. And no, Santa Cruz is not too old. At the end of the day, it's the same senior citizens was out there fighting while the young people who you saying get a chance to. What them they not that to study. They must study in the mass, the carnival, the party, the running a woman, the this, the that. Them don't have time for country. So if Miss Santa Cruz is to serve at a capacity at 72 years old, so be it. Let's continue. Oh boy. Go ahead, caller.
Hello. In this business.
Hello. Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox.
Good morning.
Yeah, we listening. Yeah, we listening.
Yeah, good morning, Andy. Good morning. Lennox are by like crab. Lennox said trust the process. Hold on. Today's budget day, all eyes on Tanko. But Lennox doing a wonderful job in the Port of Spain area. Lennox had to get some kind of big position to assist the political Lennox. Everybody go to Lennox, so do this, and do that. So Andy, all eyes on the budget. Santa Cruz?
Just my intervention. You didn't call me back. Did that matter settle, boy?
That matter upstairs, you know. It reached by the permanent secretary. That's what he to do. He take no, you know. So I just wait to see what's going on.
Based on the letter that I wrote to them. Yeah, but go ahead, yes. All right.
Yeah, you were saying something about Santa Cruz. Where you saying about Santa Cruz now? Where you say?
I glad for Santa Cruz out there in the hot sun, getting tear gas in the protest. We protesting out there. Also KFC and certain activists. Some get through before some. They tell me hold on until the budget. The budget is later on this afternoon. So I hope the officials in the UNC look into the first like we small items give you a small bread.
Yeah, but
we put in the hard work.
Yeah, but KFC, you had to wait for the budget to read too. Remember, you go think today, but it's a debate the budget in the lower house, upper house. Yeah, but where were you? So you thinking, as the talk today, you want to see what we want to see cream and honey one time? I don't know, ask it.
So Twiggy wait, Mataria wait. I want to make tea too, you know. It's a place for me to make tea. I can make tea. They drink bush tea.
Yeah.
I can make bush tea. I can make bay leaf tea. I can make all kind of tea. But thing I want to make tea and this, so I hold on. I thank God for life. And today's the day that the Lord has made. So the budget to benefit everybody.
Wait. We want to make some clear, KFC. So what you are telling us, the budget is later this evening. It's starting at past 1. When they lay out the budget today, you are saying by tomorrow you want to see honey.
Not tomorrow.
Well,
we have a week or 2 weeks to see what's going on because we go see ministry get the biggest pie in the budget. And we're going to move forward from there. We know we fruit hours. But the social program like the RAP and the CPAP party, they're looking into that.
But remember, they still had to debate it. The lower house, upper house had to debate it. Plus the opposition had to answer it back. So I am saying that you have about a month and a half, 2 months after the budget before you can see something, partner.
The government will debate will go, so you see them walking around the parliament. You see the background going in the parliament, or what?
All right.
Them not a debate, them on bacchanal. But and they are up to understand Lennox. Go play, don't say they want nothing. They need things like everybody else. Because people look out for in the East West corridor, they do a wonderful job.
I didn't say that I don't want anything. I just said there are certain things that I have overlooked. I never said that I want anything. Yeah, far from it, please. There is this notion that somehow led up to the one that no, far from it. I just said that there are certain things that we have already been discussed, and there are among it, of course, are things that I would prefer to transfer to others, and there are those that I would accept, and that is the nature of the discussion at this point in time. But I want to say something, Andy, quickly, that you cannot falter those persons who feel left out. even though it may be narrow, even though, of course, we trust the decision of the decision makers at this point in time who have been elevated to the position of managing the affairs of the country. But not for one moment must we overlook the fact that some people may feel that they were not fairly looked at, or they were, put another way, they were overlooked because when they compare it with persons who may not have done the kind of footwork, leg work, develop the trenches and working in the trenches. You cannot vex them for that. And I commend you for allowing them to express their concern, because after all, it is a concern, and any human being will want to, of course, if they believe that they were unfairly treated, would want a place to ventilate that concern. And the ground report, and indeed, of course, to a lesser degree, however, the corridor transformation and other platforms give them that opportunity. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Let's take the next call. Oh boy, we got to play voice notes after. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning again. Good morning again, Andy, Lennox, newbie, and to everybody out there. Andy, I'd like to read something for you and by extension to Barry Boudram.
Yes.
Age is not about accumulated knowledge. Sorry. Age is about accumulated knowledge, not diminishing capacity or fading relevance. It's about accumulated wisdom and hard-earned strength. And that is what I put out for the last 15 years, supporting the UNC partnership and now the coalition of government, right? Barry Boudram has always had a problem with me from way back when. You know that, Andy.
Yes,
right?
yes.
I don't care. If Neil Wilson, a 90-year-old man in the PNM, could have sat on the Sandal State Board, who is me, an intelligent, a still very intelligent and articulate 72-year-old, could sit on a state board. I didn't jump the line. I didn't jump Lennox, jump in front of Lennox or Andy or anybody. I was never in no line. I was put in the line because of my intelligence and my support. You hear that, Barry Boudram? And you come in to talk about I am an imposter. You there with a fake name, but you talking about me being an imposter. Let it bother all you. I don't care. The person who saw it fit to put me there believed in me and put me there, right? Let it bother all you. And I want to remind you, the Prime Minister is 73 years. How old is Rowley? The same age. Salvin Cudjoe is 80-something years sitting on a state board. How many people you have that? But no, you have a problem with Santa Cruz. Well, hear what? Andy, I would suggest that you get an ambulance to be on standby for Barry Boudram, because just so like he going into labor, right? And he is going to make a conniption, right? So please, to resuscitate him, please get an ambulance on standby. Barry Boudram, eat your heart out. I am there and you are not. Thanks a lot, Andy.
Well, you look for that. That's all I can do. Look for that.
Oh, Lord.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Boy. If we love this program, we can't love nothing else. Yes,
Of course. I mean, everything where people stand the ground. Yeah, no pun on stand your ground legislation, but people stand their ground. So the ball is in your court.
No, but Ms. Santa Cruz is absolutely right, you know. Ms. Santa Cruz is absolutely, totally right, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what to tell nobody because of their age. They don't supposed to do something and give the people a chance, however. That is wrong. If the young people don't want to make opportunities and be a part of something to grab their own chance, why somebody must just hand them a chance just so?
But more than that, on the basis of age alone is a flawed argument, because age, as Mr. Santa Cruz rightly said, it brings a certain amount of institutional and other knowledge and therefore more rational decision making, and understanding of the issues that are involved in order to advance either the institution and by extension, of course, the purpose for which whatever institution was established to treat with, of course, social, economic, psychological, and other issues that is part of the society. So she's quite right. And therefore, of course, what Budram should be doing is asking or positioning himself.
And he young.
And I would advise anybody else to do that.
And then Pauline Budram.
What contribution, just what contribution they can make for the advancement of Trinidad and Tobago, because we need all hands on deck.
Yeah, man. Let me take our next call. Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Morning, Andy. Mr. Gobin here, calling from Florida.
Now, it's Dr. Gobin. It's Dr. Gobin calling from Florida.
Lennox.
You heard the thing, but you
Lennox,
heard the
good. Lennox, good morning. Good morning, Lennox. It was very nice of meeting you down there, you and your family, and we had a good lunch together. Sorry, Andy couldn't make it, but
yes.
I just want to mention that.
He's regretting it all now.
Yeah. Okay, great. Listen, I just want to share some news here. This Diwali is catching on like wildfire. California has recognized Diwali as a state holiday, joining Pennsylvania, Connecticut, even New York. All public schools are closed, as well as New Jersey and Texas also following suit. Florida also has some counties that are closed for Diwali. So this thing is just catching on like wildfire, as I said before, and a lot of states to follow as well, light over darkness. But I just want to mention that as a senior citizen myself, 76 years old, I take offense in that Kingsley, always bashing the elderly. And there are many are born, but only the fortunate live to reach old age. Not everybody is lucky to reach old age.
Wait. Dr. Gobin, I think you call the wrong name. I don't think Kingsley there's be bashing old people. I want to believe you maybe mean Anderson Wilson.
And yes, sorry, right. The one from the Beatum, I think it was, yeah?
Right.
My error. Yeah, my error, right, my error, not everybody fortunate enough to reach old age. And, people should realize that as well. But my other concern there about, the significance of his call beside bashing elderly, I'm trying to decide whether there's anything good come out of it. I don't think so, probably it's time to give him a temporary ban, because this constant bashing and yang, sometimes I hear trying to decipher what the hell he's saying, but that's it, that's it. Was down there, sorry, I didn't meet you. I told Lennox to tell the good people, Miss Woodbrook, Miss Santa Cruz, Barakpo, give them my regards, but Lennox, a busy man, probably forget to do so, But anyway, Andy, I just wanted to share the news that this Diwali wildfire is spreading all over the state now, So maybe it's a matter of time in the near future, it might be a holiday here, nobody knows, A lot of countries like Malaysia, Singapore, Fiji, a lot of countries over there, it's a national holiday for them as well, Anything with light over darkness is welcome. And my friend, I'm listening, and that's what I want to mention, those news to you that I just shared.
And that is great news. That's great news, Dr. Bobby.
It has caught on in earnest in the United States because I think not too long ago, for the first time, it was observed in the White House itself, and therefore that would have, of course, telegraphed a message to the rest of the country. So, good, very good for the triumph of light over darkness, because we really need that. Of course, is also translated into, of course, being edified over ignorance, and that is probably one of the lessons that Gobin's contribution would have highlighted. So Very good, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Gobin.
All right, thank you.
All right, next caller. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning, Andy. Lennox Smith. Lennox Smith was sit down a little bit today. I was called by. Mickie King, Director. Morning. KFC, morning. Understand we're coming from KFC. Right? But Andy, don't try to embarrass KFC. It's obvious something happened tomorrow one time. Right? But everybody was saying little budget. How things work out for the best. And anybody have the knowledge of those who will be wearing orange jersey down by the parliament today? Please call and at least let Andy know. The public will know. So I going to take on our orange jersey. And even you get time, you know we don't do it. As you're not talking or you go for a break, you need to give me an urgent call. Only urgent. Mickie can't go call you when I come off the phone. Why does have some information I can like go on the radio yet today? But I will go on to Mickie and Mickie will have that information firsthand. So I hope for all the best. Down by the parliament, I hope for a good budget and a better Trinidad and Tobago. It's not our duty to infringe on people's rights, the rights of freedom, the rights of liberty, that a human being, a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, or throughout the world could go from here to there, and the rights of liberty, the right to talk. So sometimes when people like KFC and others, myself call, don't make us only morning topic. Right? Only come at only topic now. Right? This is the gong report. Children listening while going to school. Children set up out by the corner by me. It's a big box plane. So let's call in. Please don't like I'll have a little bit of education said now. And they're looking and listening, brother man. Only don't stop infringing on people's rights. You go KFC, you want to see. Right? Only infringe on Matala rights. Only infringe on we just want Twiggy rights. Who spit in on their face and who call my prime minister all kind of names. Right? Or they infringe on their rights. Or they infringe on the rights of those who go in myself. 520 last week. Or they infringe on their rights. Right? The week before was 8. The week before was 10. Many families are permanent in Massa. Permanent years and what 17 years service, what 23 years service. There's nothing that goes on in Massa that I don't know. So until all infringe on them rights, don't infringe on KFC on them, say what you have to say. Because when all the call protest in the morning, it's KFC all you're going to see. Right? All this be ungrateful to God. God watching all here, and God watching everything. All we eating and playing the best you and see because them get you. Study the rest, study the poor. I don't tell all you. I want to see the homeless get breakfast early, lunch, and dinner. They must get a snack too. Yeah, get the homeless a snack too. Because them fellas in jail 10 o'clock they go and get lunch. 5 o'clock this morning they get breakfast. And 2 o'clock they get in dinner. And then raping and killing and shooting. And they're looking and listening.
Oh Lord. The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
San Andy. Well, what we can say is that the day has reached, right? The budget day is here, so let's hope that they can give us some nice little trinkets, as they would say, down the end of the speech. You know, one of the things I'm hoping is that just for the Christmas season that they cut back on the VAT, you know, and just allow some of the food stuff to be distributed to the citizens, and then we could purchase and get a little more purchase power with your items and things. I was hoping that we could get that. But other than that, it will be a rocky road, I guess. With all that deficit budget that they have to try to fill back up that the PNM and them destroyed. But if I was them, coming back to this thing with in Parliament, if they come back in Parliament, it's just a watch them and smile because they can't do nothing. They can't debate, and that is the whole thing. They can't debate. So you know how to press the buttons now. So that is all they have to do. Blessings everyone.
Morning, buddy. Yeah, so I normally don't do anything on a Monday, but I'll make an exception because it's budget day. So what is a budget? A budget is a law, right? When you go into Parliament, you debate, a document comes out of there, that document is a law, right? The old law, 2024-2025, is about to be repealed by a new law, Appropriations Bill 2025-2026. And the reason why this government has not been able to do certain things is mainly because they have not had a budget. You cannot break the law. You can bend it sometimes, right? But now they can write their own budget. I've been saying this for a while. They can do things their way. So what should their way be? Well, you have two choices. And I think people need to temper their expectations because the last administration, the last 10 years, certainly has done huge damage to the revenue. What the budget is in effect, the CEO of this country is asking for money from the board of directors, which is the parliament. So the prime minister is asking the parliament, which represents the shareholders, the citizens, for money. Some of that money that you all are making, because everybody is engaged in something that's generating money, whether through taxes or whatsoever, the government gets some of that to do things only the government can do. And what is going to happen in Parliament today is we're going to ask for some of that money. And in fact, we're going to sign a contract saying this is how it's going to be used. Right? The shareholder is going to know exactly what's going to be used for. And you have to ask yourself, shareholder, what would you want? Would you want some niceties now that we are going to have to pay through our nose later on? Because almost certainly this is going to be a deficit budget. We're going to have to borrow to finance some of it. Or would you want the government to be borrowing to invest in projects that will get more income flow in this country? And the big one is oil and gas. For example, getting that refinery back up. The last government did the most sinful of acts to close that refinery. 2015, everybody knew Guyana was coming. And you would close a refinery that can refine both heavy and light crudes. You would crash an industry, a downstream industry that has everything from methanol to fertilizer, you name it. We could produce it here. You crash that industry. And then you don't go drill for 4 years so that your own oil supply dries up. Now you're begging for Venezuelan gas, right? That mismanagement has left us in a hole, and the best thing to do is to try to get out of that hole. This will be a good use of the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, in my opinion, because that's how the money got in there in the first place, from excess oil money, right? Use that, but if you had to take loans too, do so, and get that industry going again, and everything that is attached to it. And once the revenue starts to flow from that, you can then start to diversify properly. That's a 5-year plan right there. And the thing is, this budget is the first budget of the administration, so it's going to set the tone. Are you going to set a tone of giving a whole lot of goodies that we have to pay through our nose and will get us in trouble later on? Because you're going to have to pay one way or the other. Or do you invest now in things that will generate income so that in 3 to 4 years, and especially with some of the fines we have here and what's going on with Guyana and some of the connections we're making, and you want to get your refinery back up and open, you want to get your industry going again, in 3 to 4 years, Trinidad could be in a boom. But it begins today. Right? This is the planning budget for the entire administration. As a shareholder, which would you rather see this company do? Spend a lot of money on nice things to make people feel nice, or invest in things that will grow the company?
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
That last call on body Indian, that guy is a income. That man is a fool. I'm sorry to say, but you are Indian Trinidadian, but you know this. You really know this one. You don't know what you're talking about, brother. You don't talking about. Go back and learn history. Where the Englishman thief everything from the Indian and leave them poor. And now they are the third richest country in the world. To stop being an income fool. You don't know your history, you don't know what I'm talking about India. Talk about somebody else, man. Talk about yourself. Don't talk about Indian. You don't know nothing about Indian people. Okay? Yeah, it's hard people like that. But listen to me, fool man, stupidity. They're the third richest country in the world, you fool. And pretty soon the way they're going to pass China and who knows to pass America, we don't know. So suddenly they're the most educated people in the world, you fool. Don't talk about India. Talk about yourself, okay? And then about that later.
Good morning to you and your team and all the listeners. Big day today, budget. What are you predicting this morning? I feel Petrotrain supposed to open back on the 30th of November because they closed it down on the 30th of November 2018. Have a nice day.
Pleasant morning to the ground report. I want to say something again. Rowley, you have no shame. What conference you want to keep, boy? What conference you want to keep? Your voice is weak, boy. Your voice like when somebody dying and the last breath, they're trying to say something to you, but you're hearing nothing. You is a complete waste of time to this country and never do nothing to develop this country. All your friends and your family, all you take out the money from the treasury is alleged and fatten all your friends and family pocket. Eh? You're trying even high and mighty in America, wherever you have them. You understand? Or they do nothing for the crime. The crime escalate under all your hand. You had a man call himself the man who ride the horse. Eh? The man who ride the horse, Fitzgerald. Eh? Do nothing. He say he's not responsible for the crime in this country. Over 600 and something murders. Eh? When you in power. Eh? You don't care about the country. What you want to say now? Your voice is a waste of time, boy. You ever see a piece of iron up in here and the breeze blowing on here and a song that you're like a big empty barrel, boy, making a big set of noise. You people when you go inside and you talking, you some kind of big you had this big influence over the party. Yeah? Your Beckles is your position, but you want to be in front Beckles right now. Yeah? You find she not powerful enough. You might throw short and put Stuart Young to be the opposition, went. All they have no shame. All this get away from go away now, boy. Probably stay away from now. Go and find somebody to sit down now. Go and find somebody in the forest, Amazon, or go Venezuela now. Go Venezuela. It's of no use. We don't want to live back in this country, boy. Or they bring the country down to nothing, Rowley. Boy, you keep in conference to do. To fool who? Nothing you say is true, boy. Remember when you say, in case you're in here, and you're holding a child hand, and you're closing the fridge and not closing the refinery, just think about those words you use. And I don't care who live and who dead, and who live. You don't care. You don't hear nothing about it. Give you a break. This is not your money. You disrespect every young woman, call them golf course. A golf course is the most nasty thing to describe a woman as because people just walk on it, borehole on it, pee on it. Sometimes they want to use it because they go in the bush to go ride any night. All kind of dirty things that take place on the golf course. You have nothing good to say about women. When Kamala come in as a MP, you start a battle with your man right through. You never stop. Right now, you have mouth on you because you say nothing good about your man. Everything you say fall back on you. Get out now, boy. Go now. Nobody do want you. No part of this country again, boy. Go online with your cronies on them now. All you they got the money is alleged. Only 1%ers. Go online with them. You don't need to go in the golf now. Go and sleep in the golf now. Go and sleep in the where you skip your golf. You don't want to see you, boy. When you appear on TV, the TV they spoil. Twa, get the hands, all the PNM followers and the hateful satanic opposition. Twa.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
The ground report.
Yeah. Let me just run out them there quick. Boy, that man will realize that fella there with that who no talk there. But that man like he don't like Rowley at all, boy. You know that man talking with that kind of venom?
Well, who could?
He said the TV is spoil. He said he TV is spoil when he see Rowley.
But I wonder, he gave the impression that it's something futuristic. Did he call a press conference, Rowley?
Yes, Rowley talk about the gas thing, boy.
Oh, so he held a press conference.
Yes, boy, last week, boy. Rowley talked last week.
I'm familiar with that. I thought he was saying that would have been new to me if he was going to call a press conference. But he is doing those things through his Facebook page and so on because he just has he just has nuisance value and want people to hate him more, I suppose, because I think up to now he doesn't understand the extent to which people loathe him. People, of course, he is the anathema to the society and when he was in office, of course, the existential threat to our society. He doesn't understand that. But that is how these narcissistic, bold-faced, and, of course, arrogant and contemptuous people are. They will come, of course, and pretend as he was in Vice, he had the office of Prime Minister. He will, of course, use aggression as the best form of defense. But in fact, he's guilty as hell.
Yes. Next voice notes. Oh, boy, time check. It's 14 minutes to the hour. So let me just play all these things here quick.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Mikey. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to everybody who's on the live. Andy, listen to this now. I saw on the television set Mr. Munilal explaining to the country concerning the dragon gas deal. And you know what's amazing? But he had to go to the Freedom of Information just to get the proper information. And the interesting thing is, you see, everything is in Spanish. So my question is, so what's Stuart Young and them was negotiating? Why the secrecy? Why everything must be in Spanish? Why did the Stuart Young and them negotiate for Trinidad and Tobago? That's the question, you know, what did they negotiate for Trinidad and Tobago? I don't understand how you could be in negotiations with another country and a country who don't speak your language. Everything is in their language and nothing in our language in terms of Spanish and English. How does it work out? Stuart Young only really has some serious questions to answer, you know. And I see Bobby Head, this big nose ugly man, he just jump out of the retirement just so. But nobody don't want to hear you, boy, Bob Head, boy.
Hey.
You're not relevant to anything in this country. The only relevance you bring to this country is that you destroy this country. And now the correct and proper government who's sitting currently in office now, trying to fix it. Look, I want to tell PNM, and I see that disgusting behavior all you perpetrated in Parliament this Friday. I want to tell all you all, because we don't need that in this country. What we need is people with dignity, people who know how to run a country. You understand? That's what we need in this country. We don't need no sort of scams pretending to be ministers. But anyway, all the time coming, and only have real questions to answer. Anyway, I want to tell PNM again, Hall. You understand?
Good morning, Andy Williams, Michael Kerr, Lennox Smith. This morning, today is budget day, and Ms. Bissessa already know there is naysayers, so she then say that not everybody will be pleased, because, and it's so true, that you could get people with the good things for them, but because the person who running the country doesn't look like them, I don't like that. I don't like that. You could get them $1,000 extra. But hear them, I should have get that 200. I should have got 100 to 1,000. Why go do that? People will rob me if I get $1,000. I could have do it 100. I don't know why she give me so much money for. You understand? So she don't know that don't care what you do for some people, they will always have problems. That's why she makes this statement, not everybody will be pleased. You understand? But I know she have the best interests of the country at heart, and she will do what is right for this country. And it's so sad that somebody who loves the country, people in the country hate her for that. You understand? So Guys, you take care and blessings.
Andy, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Mikey, Lennox, everybody. Andy, you see that guy who's speaking there now? And I don't agree with everything he said there at all. Because I could remember that when this government was in the opposition, I never heard one of them disrespect the Speaker of the House. That is not a lie, and it is not truth. They had a tiff-taff going on, but they never disrespected the Speaker. The Speaker is the one with the dirty mouth, who's the carrier and say, get out, and sit down, and all this kind of nonsense. So I don't agree with what he's saying there. Okay, Andy, time. Andy, we didn't ask him if he had party card. All we know is he petticoat showing, right? And everybody's seeing it and hearing it. So don't come and try to fool us. We know better than that. We smarter than that, right? You see all the wrongdoings and you want to come to say it good? But then something got to be wrong with you, boy.
Persecution from members opposite when they point at Mr. Speaker, of political persecution from members opposite when they point at Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, 48-6, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. It's your nonsense. Okay. Leader of government business. Okay. Enough. Enough. Mr. Speaker, that hooliganism will not be accepted. Of political persecution from members opposite when
people of Trinidad and Tobago, there are issues in our country that will never give a hearing. And now we're seeing a lot of people have a lot of mouth. But I will call Kamala a prophet. You know why? She make the dumb talk, she make the deaf hear, and she make the blind eyes open. Because for 9 years and 8 months, they couldn't talk, they couldn't see, and they couldn't hear. But all of a sudden, they're hearing everything that's going on. They're seeing everything. And they have a solution for everything. And they were there and they didn't have a solution for nothing.
And they're going to come and talk a set of foolishness. But good news. Good news. All you're in ready yet. And our Prime Minister will never sit down and see our citizens suffer. She will never do that because her heart is about the people of this country. Fixing those hospitals. You think she's bound to go and do it? She could leave it hung up like how you all leave the schools and other hospitals hung up for 10 years. People suffering, schools that were started, hospitals that was completed, they use it for their own agenda. Our Prime Minister is not like that. And that is what Penny and they need to be talking about. Our Prime Minister will never do that. The hospital 99% finished. Look at that. You all need to get real. You all need to get real. See who the PNM is and never vote them back into government. See who they are. Well, you can't see that by now after all these years. They have schools in Laventille, Mova, hung up for 10 years and they never did a thing. Our government is fixing it. And here it is, you say, the hospital, 99% finished. And look what is going on. Look what is happening. That is 99%. Look, all you give me a break with these PNM people. A bunch of liars, deceivers, and need to be in jail. All of them, including Miss Penny.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Andy, good morning again. It's very short. Andy. Andy, good morning. That man who talking about the parliament, he going around in circles. The question you ask him, he spin it around to make you feel. But I guess he's a PNM undercover. You can see that. He spin it around. Oh, both parties the same. No, the both parties not the same. Did you listen to what Kangaroo and Alistair George is to talk to Anil and them? The Speaker of the House on what they have now, do not do that. Right? So, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking. You're going in circles. Therefore, there's a damn PNM stooge. I tell you that. Andy, good morning again. It's very short. Andy, nothing when they go matting. You don't get yourself tired with anything, no, man. You don't have a program to run. That's it. You give me too much of leg time and start talking about those kind of stuff. That's confidential. You can't get tired with anything. All right? You have a program to what? You're right. You get up on your own basis, man. Let the Lord take care of them. And this is not that all about. This program is not all about. All right?
Andy, Mickie K, Lennox Smith, Trinidad and Tobago Central here. Pleasant, good morning. Well, Trinidad and Tobago, today is a big day. You know, we pray to Almighty God that the good Lord could give our present government the guidance and the wisdom to deal with this budget in the right way, and that everybody could get a piece of the cake so that everybody could be comfortable and nobody will have anything to say. You know? So, the good Lord will give them that wisdom and that knowledge to do so. Right? And going forward, otherwise, you see the opposition leader, the most disrespectful, had no vision, care on a country, had no training, fully dunce, dead collated PNM government, will just have to sit down and listen and watch performance of a new, performing, well-trained, well-equipped, and proper in parliament, working government perform today. You understand? They will have to sit down there, zip them out, and look on. You understand what I'm saying? Because when Ole was there, Ole did nothing for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So look how performance will take place. Something good will come out of it. You understand what we're saying? Once you see, they see about the people on the ground, that's what we're talking about. Let the people of Trinidad and Tobago benefit from all the laws that being implemented and making and all these kind of things. So everybody can enjoy every little bit of something. Yeah? So Andy, we locked on and listening. Remember people, with one people, one nation, one love. Unity will always be the code. So put all your head together and let we work with that. You don't know? Central out. And I also forget to mention, Andy, you see on Friday Parliament, that's what we're talking about. Bring the beast out of all your belly and perform as all you in power, as all you is the present government. Don't have nobody overriding all you and feel like a trample over all you. That's what we're talking about. Performance is better than all talk any day and any time. You hear? So who can rock with that? Because sit down with the nonsense. And it's that.
Because I remember
Trinidad and Tobago, hello. Hello to TikTokers and those who will be viewing this video in Trinidad and Tobago. I came here to address one issue. Trinidad and Tobago, hello. Hello to TikTokers and those who will be viewing this video in Trinidad and Tobago. I came here to address one issue. African men in Trinidad and Tobago attacking black women. And I am saying, regardless to the circumstances, with an African sister, African men, brothers, boys, have no right to make video to attack a black woman in Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. David Mohammed, with a black agenda, with the Nation of Islam, someone who heads the Kwame Ture Institution. Dr. Mohammed is an international renowned person and goes all over the world lecturing to protect African women. And when we reach to a stage in Trinidad and Tobago where we attacking African women and sisters, I am saying, no, it must stop now. Regardless to the circumstances with that African woman, I am not for or against, I am not taking any sides. But this video is to address the attack on African women and black sisters. And I am calling on all men, boys, young men, black men, African men in Trinidad and Tobago, stop it. Regardless to what is the circumstances with that sister and that house, that does not give African men the right to make video, to hub on alive and attack that sister. And I'm saying it must come to an end. And let me quote him again. Dr. David Mohammed with the Black Agenda continue to tell us, stop attacking our African sisters. What manner of man, what manner of men and boys will make life to attack a black sister? Again, regardless to the circumstances, I am not here to discuss that. But what I am here for is to address where I am seeing African men, brothers, young men and boys making life all over the place on the internet and attacking a black sister. And I'm saying it must stop, regardless to the circumstances. And as a matter of fact, I'm against any attack on African women and black sisters in Trinidad and Tobago. Wherever this video reach you, please share it far and wide. I thank you, TikTok.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is the time there? They look some to tabakit. Early hell, boy. I shocked. Somebody send that there for me. They say that tabakit day, he fighting our cause. They say he fighting our cause. Oh boy. What time it is there? 5 minutes past. Lennox, anything else you would like to say before we look to wrap up? I ain't you know. What are you in Lennox, boy? Yeah, you know. Sure. Nah, boy. Nah, boy, Lennox, I ain't here, boy. All right, I ain't here. You go fix that. Let me organize and. You only see your mouth move. Yeah, let me see. Talk, let me. I think that. Nah, where we hear is the background. We hear in the background. That is all we hear. Just the background thing. That is all right.
Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
All right, listen. Two things. Would you be surprised if the PNM orchestrate some kind of protest at the parliament today?
No, I would not be.
I will not be. Neither. I suspect Anderson is trying to be a bit preempt. I suspect it's probably that he was trying to alert us to. And secondly,
you feel Anderson was letting me know what? That PNM will be organizing a protest?
I suspect that. Because I thought he was saying that it was important and this and that and so on. So I would expect that. But of course, that is nothing surprising, right? If it's that he wanted to talk about.
Oh.
Secondly, yeah, the matter of our good friend from Tabakit. What's that about?
That matter dealing with some influencer named Raw Talk woman where like the people put you out her house, you know, like they put you out from where she living or something. So
yeah, I'm familiar with it. Okay, I thought it was something different. Yeah, and this all kind of thing, including of course some adult toys as well.
Yeah, I see a man playing with all kind of ass. What the hell is this? They're showing up the woman business.
Yeah. All right, but all right. I mean that he should have been equally vociferous and insistent and vehement when Rowley would have called, as somebody said, called the woman golf courses, and that he can't tell him a man to take. And you call on the Prime Minister to be in the bedroom and all that kind of misogynic statements that even calling young girls, of course, hyenas in the African jungle.
So you're saying that back then,
he said all of that.
So you're saying like back then, you never heard Mr. Tabakit voicing his voice for African women and thing against the PNM. When Rowley talk about African and hyenas and African in a jungle and golf course.
That's right. And if his cohort is supposed to be David Mohammed, then I would also extend that concern to him as well.
Yeah.
Because I have not heard him, and he has a voice. He has a platform from which, of course, he can launch these kinds of what I consider to be retaliatory or defense. With respect to the dignity of our women folk, African women folk, that is, and it did not happen. So one has to always take these things with
not only that, what he
not just a pinch, but a truckload of salt.
What he also says, not African women on the whole, men mustn't be disrespectful to women, whether be African, Indian, whether be what. But he specified just for African women. Meaning, if it is somebody come up and talk, that's how I take it. If somebody come up and talk about Indian woman, he won't make a video. But it's because it's African woman, he get very serious, very vexed. Because African woman mustn't be disrespectful. But what? Just asking, again, I'm just asking the way we take it. So he said that Indian women Must be. Go ahead, caller. Quick.
Yeah, good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. And then,
yeah, talk quick.
When we can extend the next hour, and we go down the next and the radio station, and I'm done carrying good work at the UNC.
Now we be looking off at night.
What time I kick us to black conscious? We are making a clarion call. Stop attacking the little boys and them too, the black little boys and them.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Hey, last caller, come on.
And I just wish for all the best, but anybody close to Officer Christian Chow from Mova Station, who came to be the head of security, taking money.
Trinidad and Tobago.
We're taking money. Go ahead. Wait, this thing
from Coconut Growers Association, which people in our community are looking to go to the forts, court in the Andy.
All right.
We're taking money from Coconut Growers Association.
Wait. I don't know about that. You calling somebody there and saying that on we program again and the soon?
They just for the best of the budget.
Yeah.
And we want that's whatever coming from the factory, Coconut Growers Association. And this man boy, Narang Singh, I think he's an MP now from the UNC. Yeah, this Narang Singh man. He was the HR, he moved now, he's MP for UNC now.
All right, thank you very much. Oh boy. We gotta go, it's 12 past 9. Trying to don't forget that today is budget day. Lennox Smith, you having any program tonight or you going to be concentrating on the budget? What says now?
Yes, a program focused on the budget. Yes, of course. And of course, what transpired on Friday in the Parliament.
Nice. So let's look out tonight for Corridor Transformation. Yours truly, Lennox Smith, from 8 o'clock. And again, all eyes on the budget of Trinidad and Tobago today, starting at 1:30 today. On behalf of the Go Report team, Lennox Smith and Michael Kerr. Oh boy, yours truly. I'm Andy Williams, the Pitbull of radio. And until tomorrow morning, please go at same time, same place. From 6. What's this? Quick. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning. I'm saying the budget, the Prime Minister budget is a youth-based budget, and she could have a measured consideration to resuscitate Caribbean Sound Basin, right? Caribbean Sound Basin in Kiskidi Caravan, what used to take views out of the block and had them in a studio recording. The studio was rated number 3 in the world. The building is still there worth millions, and there's a low-hanging fruit, and the Prime Minister could consider to have a conversation in terms of that development, in terms of a youth-based budget, which is a low-hanging fruit with the Caribbean Sound Basin initiative. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That fella is hard worker, you know. There's one thing, he support Lennox Smith 100%, you know. That your boy Lennox, I'm a boy too, I'm a boy. You know what, he have a whole a records thing, they playing records from back then, you know. Yeah, that man playing records, Lennox Smith. Yeah, easy. With the Elvis, especially hairstyle. Yeah. Jerry Cole bacchanal thing there, you know. No way laughing at Lennox.
He's a young old.
Yeah.
He's a young old.
Yeah.
Very conservative,
Yeah. Yes. You want the government watching to going back into records and thing, you know. Use record to do all kind of bacchanal thing too. Yeah. He support the union and them bad too, you know. What?
Oh yeah. He's an ardent supporter of the OWT in particular and that oil refinery.
Yeah. But Lennox, where's the latest? I hear the oil refinery going to open back before the year done. Where's the latest here on that?
Well, I am optimistic, but they are keeping, of course, the cards close to the chest.
You feel as to the budget they're going to talk about the refinery during the budget here? Because how form that committee check?
We'll have to wait on the budget to find out a little more, at least, as to how far they are. Because that is an election promise I'm sure that will materialize.
Yeah, they say they will open back the refinery for the election. Yeah, when election in the campaign. Yeah, they also say. Yeah, but also say 10% for these public servants.
I'm say, of course, and how they will reach to what extent they will reach, of course, that 10% promise.
Right, but what about the 10% promise? That one I'm going to tell you.
50,000 jobs to be created. So all of those are things that a person like myself will be paying copious and meticulous attention to.
Yeah, but I believe they might live up to that. You know, here why? Remember, the government needs the confidence of the country, the consumer to go again. They need to heat up the place. And it's either they organize and they start to build houses, construction industry like mad in order to heat up, or they organize and they raise public servants' pays. You understand? Organize, get them the back pay. When they gain that kind of money, they go start to spend, and it will be placed back into the people. So they had to, then the next confident motivator for the economy and people go start to feel good is if they really and truly open back, get that refinery open back, and all them kind of bacchanal thing to make we energy secure and them things. So, and then I hear about that most likely they're going to be dropping gas. All that is good. If they drop gas, well, transportation so also drop back. Let me see. If in Trinidad and Tobago, them maxi taxi and them go drop back because the race because gas with them both and them. So if gas drop back, what are they going to do? So we had to see all of that too.
But I hear all of that and fantastic. And that will of course stimulate the local and the national economy. But we have to look at earning foreign exchange, and of course, why the oil and gas sector will be a major focus. We have to look at the manufacturing sector that are export oriented. So, but yes, certainly, of course, and local consumption will increase, productivity will increase, more job opportunities because businesses or entrepreneurs will feel motivated to invest in the local economy. The banks will feel much more better to, of course, lend, and the rate of interest on loans will be reduced. I expect a role to be played by the central bank in terms of its own repo rate, that is to say, the lending rate to banks. You know, the central bank lends banks, and then banks lend you and I. So one expects that to lower as well, so as to stimulate growth and to start the economy going. Of course, there will be reach a point where you'll have to slow down that growth as well, because if you overheat the economy and you have demand greater than supply, then of course you have inflation taking place and a number of what I consider the inequitable situation in the economy will emerge. So it's a tremendous balancing act, and I don't envy.
But I don't think that aspect.
Nor the Prime Minister. Go ahead.
I don't think the balancing act, that aspect, the next part of the balancing act we talk about, I ain't seen that coming no time soon where they had to look to slow down growth because
eventually,
right.
What is required now is the stimulation.
Right, but why I say that?
Stimulates and pans out. But you need to look at the other side. So I'm just saying that you have to be careful.
Why I say that in a way by saying, technically suggesting to you that you ain't never to go there yet, because PNM leave this country so much in a mess that it will take a while for it to reach where they have to cool down the growth.
All right, yeah. So the whole 5 years. Yeah. All right, I hear you. No, it's quite possible, yeah. But while of course that this is not an exact science, because I mean, it's a social science, really, the economics. But the fact is that you have to deal with money, the supply of money, and of course the control of the supply, unless of course the people take action that will of course create a situation later down the road where you have to of course curb the supply in order to avoid inflationary trends and so on.
Yeah, but some people also say, Lennox Smith, that in the budget that they will be seeing VAT on food items coming back, where they're going to remove VAT on the food items in order to deal with the high cost of eating.
Yeah, that's all part of the process of stimulating. Is the UNC typically has always been an expansionist economic innovator, whereas the PNM has demonstrated that it is restrictive and constraints, and therefore, why is it saying that they then, of course, continue to spend monies that they, by their policy, ought not to be spent, and then they cut employment, and they cut and they increase, of course, electricity and basic things, and it's a whole mess. As opposed to a very deliberate plan, let go the money, get the supply going, get the production going, get the employment going, and then, of course, after that, over time, well, you have, of course, to put the brakes on it, lest, of course, you overheat the economy.
Yes. So, Trinidad and Tobago, we look forward to hear, and I believe that, but what's man? I believe that budget going to send a serious message to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, where they will realize that Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley and the PNM really is not for Trinidad and Tobago. They are not an expansionist government, as Lennox Smith say. There is an extracting government. They always put people under pressure. Yeah, compare.
Well said.
I learning, boy.
Yes, they're extracting and they're contracting.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy, so earlier, let me look forward to this budget. But I believe that budget going on finish ring in and mash up the PNM. Where I tell you earlier, I am not seeing, so long as the government of Trinidad and Tobago continue going in the direction they are going in right now, I'm really not seeing PNM winning not even the next election after. PNM will be in opposition for quite a while, especially with quite
a while, if not in perpetuity.
Yeah, boy.
And I want to say, don't be surprised if they get some of their sycophants to, of course, try to heckle ministers and, of course, generate some kind of protest to get some relevance or some attention from the traditional media, who I'm sure going to be there to, of course, focus that as opposed to what is happening in the parliament and the benefits to be derived from what would have transpired for you and I, the ordinary Jew.
Look, somebody said there already no tax on all basic food items. No, remember, I'm sure that I didn't know that when PNM come in power, it had about 8,000 items that did not also pay food items, and PNM 7,000 or some so, and PNM put back some. Right?
Yeah, they put on quite a substantial. The argument was that these things are luxuries and therefore it should have it, but it's not so. But yes, there are, of course, no VAT on certain basic items, but we have never been told exactly of these 7,000.
Because somebody talking a day, you know.
What item was like? Yeah, because it's part of their deception and their guide. But of course, the UNC will be opening, no doubt, and I'm sure that if not exact, but at least close to the 7,000 items that will be VAT free, and they're therefore contributing to a larger takeaway from the grocery because your dollar could stretch a little more and not being subjected to the 12
Alcott Plaza is who saying that. Alcott Plaza is saying there is already no tax on all basic food items. On all, you know, he say on all basic food items, he say, you know.
But those items that were before 2015, without VAT, I expect that there will be some additional ones. So that's the argument. So we are not saying that.
Oh, you're saying Kamala them will put more things on. That what you saying?
We're not arguing that. Yeah, we're arguing that there will be additional ones to be reinstated the status of no VAT.
Oh, so you are saying, Lennox Smith, that how they cut it down from 7,000 maybe to 4, that the Honorable Prime Minister and the UNC government will no VAT and will put back on like about 3,000 more, 4,000 more items on Tate in order to see if they could curb the high price of food.
Yeah, that's right. And it has nothing to do with the deception that the PNM did tell us, because they remember VAT was 15%, and they then said alone that they would reduce it from 15% to 12.5%. However, they never told us, that's the deception, they never told us that they would, of course, put on VAT on a substantial amount of the 7,000 items. And when you went to the grocery,
Gail is also saying, Lennox Smith.
That's all over the world. But I'm talking about where the government could have execute control. They obligated that responsibility as well.
Right, and Gail is also saying, Lennox Smith, they also bring back land and building taxes. They're also going to bring back the land and building taxes that most likely will be pronounced in the budget or announced in the budget.
Yeah, I would not be surprised, because land and building taxes was always a position other than that of property tax, because property tax and land building tax is two different things. You pay $80 probably for whatever size property you have.
But the revenue. But you think they should just renew it up a little bit, especially when it comes to businesses that is on land, because the 1% and them businesses and them.
Businesses will have apart from that, they will have, of course, their business levy and their different taxes, income tax, as far as the businesses are concerned.
No, meaning commercial. Meaning, all right, remember when Rowley them before, there was coming with this property tax, and there was only normal house, but not business, not commercial. There was only a normal house. Would the land and building taxes, if they bring it back, would it be going towards commercial properties that people have that making millions of, like Grand Bazaar, that owner of that commercial property making millions of dollars, and the state ain't getting nothing out of it?
No, I agree. If it's me, I will put it across the board, having regard to the fact that you have to, of course, increase your expenditure based on the promise of if we have to go from a microcosm perspective, the 10% to public servants. So I would institute it across the board. I know that in 2015, when the UNC said they would bring back the land and building taxes, let me repeat, the land and building taxes, not property tax. They would have started with, of course, industrial and commercial, and of course, and then all the way down to agriculture. But in this particular case, I think that there is a need to find a mechanism to at least meet the cost of the increased, let's say, expenditure over the period that the entire gambit should be subjected to land and building taxes, domestic, commercial, and otherwise, because it is simply a much cheaper tax, and the people feel much more comfortable. It doesn't have any serious strain on the pockets, as the case may be, whether it's business or private sector.
At least you're not. At least people won't be feeling like they're paying rent to the government for their own house. That's bad.
Right, exactly.
That was bad. Nice.
Yeah, I have no difficulty paying $80 or $100, of course, every year for the youth.
No, but that'll raise it a little bit. They can't go back to the old prices. They want to raise it a little bit because the country needs money.
No, to go back to any different price, they would have to change the law itself. Oh yeah, they still have to change the law, yes, because right now is property tax is the law, so they will be voted back. So they have to repeal that particular bill. But I don't know if they have to do something more, evaluate and all that kind of thing to deal with the land and building taxes. I don't know, but if you say reverting that means that was there before, and it's just a pick up from there and move forward.
Now, but people need to pay more money. People need to pay a little more money.
Notice the problem the PNM had with respect to property tax. They had to get a rule of over 400,000 residents or persons who own land, and then of course you have to get a rule that talks about half of that must be on the roll before you could implement or collect the tax. So I don't think that the question of increasing per unit or per property is on the cards.
Yeah, they will have to revamp.
You have to go back there. Yeah.
Right, but not only that, remember we don't know too if they may keep the property tax, but they do their own revamping of it, where they're not paying that type of rent or they do that thing, knowing that they don't already have people in the system, you know. But they will just have to add in now commercial properties and not have the average citizen alone paying that money. But we wait and see. Trying to make all that thanks so much.
Yeah, wait and see, of course. And the proof of the pudding, people, is 1:30 this afternoon when, of course, the Minister of Finance, Dave Stanku, Honorable Dave Stanku, will be presented the first budget statement of the new administration led by the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa of the UNC and the coalition of interest government.
Nice. So Trinidad and Tobago, after God family comes first, be safe on the nation roads while all of us watching at the budget to see what it is in it to help build back Trinidad and Tobago. Right, so until tomorrow morning, please God, same time, same place, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. We are out of here.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.